Let's go live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to US Drift Circuit Round 4. We're at Sebring. My name is Jonathan Tiny Warbe, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, the Florida man, Dustin Motors. How are you feeling today after that seating bracket?
Doing great, Tiny. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. First and foremost, I want to thank mainly our sponsors for this series, our title sponsors, Autosports Engineering, Drift HQ. We have Kenda Tires, OMP, Link ECU, and many, many more. Thank you guys so much for the support throughout the season. This is the final round, the championship round, and it's about to be a banger because we have a lot of guys out here that we didn't see during the seating bracket that are thirsty and want blood.
Oh, absolutely. Was down there talking to Nick. He is excited as all get out. We've got tons of great drivers out here, and we've got cars that were not able to function during the seating bracket that are brand new to the drivers, that are old ProAM cars or new to them. We got one coming all the way from Canada, and we'll dive deeper into all that stuff, but it is going to be a heater of a run. If you're watching this live stream, make sure you put it on your social medias, your Instagram story. Tag your friends. Let them know I'm back, baby, and I'm here to make sure you guys have a good time the whole afternoon.
And also, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button right there. Well, actually, it's going to be down here. So hit that subscribe button. Definitely check us out. We do a lot more events in the future before the actual season. I think the next event we'll be doing is another Fort Liberty event, and then after that will be a Fuel Fest event. So
yeah,
I think it's probably backwards. One of those two goes. Actually, Fuel Fest is in February, right?
Yeah.
And then May. Yeah. So May is after. So Fort Liberty is after Fuel Fest. We get excited. We get some cool stuff going on. You got this guy ripping it up at Fuel Fest, having fun with the crowd. And you were a crowd favorite last Fuel Fest.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I got selected to be a part of the top 16 battle. Went ahead and actually beat one of the competitors out here in his car that he is driving today. Super fun. Unfortunately, his car got damaged. That might be why I won. Who knows? Anyways, tons of fun. Fuel Fest is always a great time. US Drift Circuit really just knows how to put on a show and a party, and they are the premier drift series here in Florida, making sure people can get that entry-level spot. This is the pinnacle of grassroots here, and they're going to be working for their FD licenses.
So, if you haven't tuned in to the live seating bracket, we are at the backside of Sebring compared to what we did in the second round. We're going to have three outer zones, one inner clip. You're going to have outer zone 1 on the initiation, transition to outer zone 2, then their inner clip after that, then goes to outer zone 3 as a sweeping turn. But first and foremost, before you even go even more in depth with the track, let's talk about our judges today.
Yeah, talk about them, brother. Right. I want to hear about it because I was going to start talking about Veterans Trust and the Fort stuff, but those guys we can talk about later. Why don't we talk about these lovely judges? Who wants to be on camera? All of them shaking their head now. The eyeballs that I just got.
But we have Paul, Noel, and Kelsey Rawlings. Paul is well known in the drifting community as well as spotting for FD drivers, which is awesome that his experience there. Noel has been a part of the Florida drifting scene for a long time, so he loves to judge and understand, even in the clutch kickers era when it was around. And then Kelsey Rawlings, pro spec driver for Formula Drift, likes to skateboard, but with a car, not a skateboard.
Stealing my jokes over
there. It's just all about the delivery. But now we talk about Veterans Trust. Veterans Trust is out here. They gave some veterans some ride-alongs while we were on break. They all had a blast. They loved it. They had a smile out of their face, coming out of the car. It was great to see. And then we have also coming up our drivers. Let's talk about our drivers. You got Ryan Kaufman. He's our points leader. He's basically got a
points dominator.
Yeah.
He does have a bye his first run.
He has a bye. And then we are going to see a bunch of other drivers that you didn't see in the seating bracket. You got Nick Ward, the guy that wrecked his car 2 weeks ago at Drift Appalachia, which he put it all back together and just said, I'm going to full send it.
Just got to hang out with the guys, Veterans Trust and the Taxi Garage guys. Veteran Trust got the simulator out here, provided me with some food and wings. Super fortunate. They said, hey, why weren't you at the Fort DeSoto? Or which Fort? Patriot? I don't know what Fort the name was. But they said, hey, why aren't you out there? And I was like, oh, I didn't know I was invited. They're like, you're always invited. Come on out. So now next year, I'll be out there. That'll be cool. Get to hang out with some soldiers and tear it up on some government property legally.
Yeah, well, the greatest thing is with that, some people that have never been on a military base, especially drifters, they get to full experience. And we call it dog and pony shows in the military, but it's actually just a morale boost for the soldiers. They get amped up while they're drifting around. You've probably seen the viral videos of Taxi Garage drifting underneath Apaches, and it's crazy to see. I'm excited to be there this following year as well. So, the one thing I want to say, I did talk to a couple of drivers before coming up here. We had the podium for the seating bracket.
Yep.
You had Christian Control in third place. You had Ryan Acevedo in second place and Colette Davis in first.
Bring it home first. Get in the gold.
Get it, girl. So I talked to Christian Control. Yeah, so I talked to Christian Control about we saw like that weird initiation, like he double initiated.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, what happened? Like that's not normal of you. He misshifted. So that forced him to kind of have to get it back in gear and then clutch kick into the drift. It was a little rookie mistake. He smiled while telling me about it. He's a great dude. Ryan Acevedo out there on a tear, and as well as Colette Davis with the new BMW chassis with a 2JZN with anti-lag and nitrous.
Dude, the anti-lag. So it sounds like we've got an 18-wheeler Jake breaking all over this course. You guys are going to get to experience that here firsthand. I know that we plan on having these guys get lined up here nice and soon. We're not doing a parade or anything, 32. Are we doing one for 16?
We're
going to be going through.
Full send it.
Full send. We're going to make sure that we get you guys some champagne showers at the end, some trophies, some awards.
We're also going to be bringing back the driver interviews. And the person that's going to be doing the driver interviews
Chris Jackson.
The one and only Chris Jackson. So
he's going to attempt it. We don't know where the camera's coming from. We don't know where any of it's going to happen, but it will be attempted.
He's like, I'll do it. I'm like, okay, we'll do it. So we're going to get these guys situated. They're getting lined up. We're going to have a couple cars in the bob and
We're not starting with the bob.
We're doing the bob again.
We're not starting with
We got to go bob. There's no builders, but there's a bob.
Burnout box for everybody. he literally, hey, Dustin, tell him about the bob. The bop? I was like, the bop? I don't know what a bop is. I'm not a Gen Z. I don't know what this lingo is. He's like, the burnout box. And I'm like, dude, I've never heard it called a bop in my entire life.
Man.
From now on, now that's its new thing. So Jared DeAnd is going to start saying, they're in the bob.
Actually, I got
Send it!
I actually got it from Jared because he said it once.
No.
And I'm like, definitely going to do that.
That's too funny.
That's great. Just like how Alec in the second round hit me with the demure.
Demure.
Oh, my God. That caught me off guard. I had to do it at least once.
I got you so off guard that you started speaking in Australian earlier, dude. So look out. If he starts doing impressions, it's because I said something he could not hold his tongue on. He thought it was hilarious. So we were doing impressions earlier to kill some time. Probably not the best for live stream, but you know.
I don't know. That Australian, I didn't even realize I did it. So it kind of
back to the Bobby.
Yeah. So
you're over to the Bob. Oh, my goodness.
All right, so we'll talk about our first battles going to be coming up. You got Carlos Santos versus Juliano Emanuel.
Carlos Santos did not even get to complete a run. One practice lap, didn't complete his runs, decided to bow out, and then left on his second run. So we're going to get to hopefully see his car drift today. That'd be kind of cool. Livery looks great. Car looks aggressive. Would really like to see if maybe those Dragon Ball Z balls can come and help and maybe make the car run. I don't know if that's how it's powered or what, but.
Well, the one I did talk to him a little bit. He's waiting on some parts, so hopefully he's up and running.
He's waiting on parts?
Yeah. So
like
that's
overnight from Japan? Is there a red Lightning, Ford Lightning somewhere that's delivering stuff? What's going on?
So I don't know how. It was a belt and a tensioner, I believe he was saying. But he was saying that, and he's like, if I get the part right now, then I'll get it hooked up, but I don't know if he's going to be making it. But then we have a battle after that. It will be Colette Davis versus Eric. And Eric K., he's going to be out there just shredding. He was doing pretty decent, but when I'm looking at this bracket, I'm able to kind of like see who could like.
He's making guesstimations right now based off of best practices.
Yeah,
he's actually running the money line, so look out.
So we have Colette Davis. After that, that's the next battle after that, and then you have Giovanni Coronado versus John Windham. John Windham coming from Alabama.
Dude, super cool, dude. So
Bro.
he helped me out a lot when I was going up to mid-pond. My truck started misshifting and acting up, my F-250. He was like, come by the shop. I borrowed some wire. We rewired part of the transmission sending system and went ahead and gave me some fluid. Got to hang out and see the car fully as a rolling shell that he's now competing in today. Super cool dude. Got to hang out with him at mid-pond the year prior. Watched his girl just toast a car. That was his previous comp car. They got that fixed, and I mean, she was killing it out there in the competition too. So, super cool people out there. Love the Mid-Pond family.
Yeah, so I'm reading the chat as well. I do see you guys in chat. They want us to get some seats, but you're still going to be taller than me. It doesn't matter. That's why they call me Tiny.
His name's Tiny, guys. Yeah. But I will tell you, fun fact, we both weigh 260.
Yes, I'm just shorter, and it looks better. Not better, worse.
It's okay. It's all preference, man. It's all preference. Am I too tall? Are they saying to get a seat?
I don't know, but we got our guys getting set up in the bob.
No. I'm just going to disagree every time he says Bob now. No.
That's Ryan Kaufman doing his buy run, our points leader.
I mean, points dominator.
Yes.
We can't say points leader because do we tell them? They all know how to read numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to take the excitement out of anything, so we'll just leave it alone. And once he crosses this line, we know what that means.
The great thing too is with Ryan Kaufman, he's getting his buy run here. He's been drifting so much throughout the years to try to get to this standpoint right here.
Here we come, getting on the rev limiter, coming and throwing it back, absolutely filling the zone. Putting out the smoke, coming into the second outer zone, going through and finding it, taking a little bit shallow line, putting a tire over the thing, but getting that clipping point like it's nothing. This is his first run, no practice, no nothing, and he's out here putting on a clinic and showing you why he is the points dominator in this series. Holy cow, with a 360 exit. What an animal. A standing ovation up here in the box. What a madman.
I love Ryan, dude. He's such a chill dude. Going on the initiation, filling out that first outer zone, then going into the second outer zone. Beautiful. A little tire drop over that line, going to inner clip, and then transitioning into the final outer zone, being able to fill it out. Telling these guys that this is actually possible to actually fill out each zone. Smooth as butter, then doing a 360 at the end, similar to how Jeff Jones does it at FD. He gets so excited, but that's Ryan Kaufman with the Taxi Garage guys. They're just maniacs.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to say it. I mean, when we give champagne and trophies, I don't know. I mean, I'll say it if you guys want me to. I'm getting the judges to tell me. All right, guys, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 points leader and winner of U.S. Drift Circuit's Formula Drift out here at legendary Sebring, Ryan Kaufman.
Yeah, buddy. Congratulations, buddy. I'm so
absolutely maniac. They did do it with James Dean, so we're going to follow FD's route like we have been with the seating bracket and our rules. We have been stepping up this program, and when I say this is the pinnacle in Florida for grassroots drifting, this is where you go if you want to show off.
Yeah, and man, I've been so honored to talk to Ryan Kaufman on multiple occasions. This year, he was kind of iffy about actually competing, and I'm like, dude, you got to compete. Like, I love watching you drive. You're so aggressive and fun. But now we have our next drivers coming up here, Carlos Santos and Juliano Emanuel.
And these two are not just fighting for today. They are fighting in towards the championship with points. So even though Ryan got the win overall, right, and has the points leader, he still could win and or lose today's competition, and somebody else could be holding that crown. So it's anybody's game for the win today, and those points leaders know who they are, and they're all battling to be second or third. But here, take it away, bud.
All right, here we go. Juliano Emanuel in the lead. Carlos Santos in the chase. Juliano Emanuel giving a Scandinavian flick into that first outer zone and able to fill out the second half of it. Going to transition. Beautiful transition to outer zone 2. Now he's going to dive into the inner clip. Beautiful. Oh, Carlos Santos had to buck up because he was about to make contact with Juliano Emanuel. But Juliano Emanuel is falling off and then getting back on to outer zone 3. Beautiful performance from him.
Interesting. Not quite sure exactly what caused that. I definitely want to watch this replay. Glad to see Carlos got his car together. Emanuel putting on a smoke show before he even initiated. Laying it down. Carlos taking an inside line, but on transition is good timing. But here we see him doing a charge into the second zone, eating that inside line, going for the clipping point, and he just shallows out. He actually was just holding that. Emanuel didn't make a transition as fast as Carlos would have needed him to do to stay in that close. And because you can't impede the lead car in their transition, he needed to continue on that outward way, and he just hoped that the other guy would transition in time.
Yeah, we're going to see this a little bit in the slow motion while the cars are getting back to the line. But, yep, I definitely agree with your opinion. I do want to see that inner clip to see what goes on. You see Juliano and Emanuel doing a great job. I think Carlos got lost in the smoke and shallowed up the line. And now he found him, and now he has to try to figure out to transition and shallow up that angle. He is still counter-steering on that, so it's still in drift. Now, going into this inner clip, you see Juliano and Emanuel doing a good job following that line.
Perfect job.
I think Carlos was surging in a little too hot.
100%. That's what I was saying. He cut line too hard, had too much speed going into it, and with Emanuel not making a quick flick transition right after getting that inner clip, there was no point. There was no way that he could, do anything. If he would have stayed in that pocket or tried to transition earlier, he would have tapped him.
Oh, definitely.
So he just ended up having to shut down.
And we're getting some questions in chat. Who else got to buy? Another person. We got a couple people got to buy. Nick Ward, Kashad Parson, Louis Lantz, Mitchell Rohr, Andreas Messner, and Eric Noguera. So with the previous round, the seating bracket. So the seating bracket just gets you on a better position in the regular main bracket. With the main people in the main bracket are actually the top, what was it, 8? Top 8? Yeah.
I got some breaking news for you. Carlos looking like he's calling a 5-minute, his technical.
Okay.
They only get the one. We had talked about this in the pre-seeding, but they're only going to get the one for their thing. So if he does get a chance to win, move on. But that does mean that Emanuel's going to have to come off, and they're going to reline up. But we're going to go to the next battle.
So going back to the bracket, it's the top 7 from what I'm counting right here from the previous round are already in the show. So now we're going to get these guys situated, and we're waiting for the drivers to line back up. The next battle will be Colette Davis and Eric Canowitz. And these guys are figuring out.
Carlos is doing his one run and just calling it. He did it in pre-seeding. He's like, I did my one run. It didn't work out. We're going to just go to the pits. Carlos, again, right back to the pits. Seems like they're going to be calling a 5 on him to get that going.
Yep.
But we've got our view on the, it looks like the drone right now.
Yeah. All right, another question in the chat. So confused a bit because the points they showed in the seeding bracket showed Colette in 3rd after Orlando. That is for the championship. So if you're looking at points-wise, Colette's still in the fight for the podium for the championship. Ryan Kaufman is our points leader. And he actually was on the podium last round. I believe it was 1st. What did he do? No, he got 2nd, I believe, on the last round. I got a
Ryan
fact
Kaufman
check.
got first.
Right, he got 1st, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I second guess my gut feeling on it,
It's
too.
okay.
It's okay.
As long as you don't call him Nick Ward.
That
was fine. They're the same person.
They're
the same person.
That was the funniest reaction ever. And if you guys aren't familiar with it, round 2, my partner in crime today accidentally called Ryan Kaufman Nick Ward. Nick Ward is his teammate for Taxi Garage. So,
it's all right. It was a long day. I was in the sun all day.
Yeah. It's great. But I love how the chat is reacting to us. I enjoy you guys.
What's the chat saying? Hold on, I'm an old boomer. Let me read this real quick.
Yeah, you're an old boomer. You're going to look at it?
Why can I never read it with these glasses on? Hold on.
It's pit vipers.
That's not the problem.
I explained already the points. A lot of them were kind of confused on how the points were set up and how the bracket is set up in that sense. So every bracket goes on the previous round. Now, for the first round of the season, they go on the points of the championship from the previous season.
Yep, that's how they pick their order.
Yep. So
you'll
it looks like Colette Davis is in the burnout box.
The Bob, everybody.
He said it.
Just got to give you a hard time on it. They're in the Bob.
Colette Davis is in the Bob, getting ready. Oh, mercy. So we're getting her situated. She's scrubbing her tires to get ready for the battle.
Just a heads up, guys, the feed will be coming back on. Right now it's showing the FPV drone just because that's the live feed that is available. They'll be flying out and we'll be able to see the run. But for right now, you guys get to look at those nice clear skies, little puffy clouds, little cotton balls.
All right. I do see the chat about my microphone. We've been working on that technical difficulties during the break. So
is it a technical difficulty or is it like my volume naturally is just a little bit
No, it's
more?
the mic volume.
Golly.
Yeah.
Twist some knobs. Let's figure it out. I'll just start playing. What do I unplug?
Please don't unplug anything.
Just start messing with all the cables. I know what I'm doing, all right?
Don't push the red button.
I'm a trained professional.
Trained professional at pushing the red button.
Dude, I've done it. Hey, what's this button do? Don't press that. Oh, I already did.
Did you change the color of your kill switch in your car?
What do you mean by kill? I have just put a key in my car.
Oh, I'm talking about your drift car, dude.
I just put a key in it. What do you mean?
How do you kill it in the middle of a run? You don't have a kill switch?
Just turn the key off. Let it stall. I don't know. Colette Davis here, looking like she's on a buy run, filling that outer zone, coming through. That anti-lag we were talking about, absolutely insane. On the gas, off the gas, coming through. It responds so well. They did a lot of fine-tuning to make it feel more at home for her with this 2JZ, like the V8, putting on an absolute showstopper of a run, though. Absolutely great job. What a cool car. And one of the judges made a fun joke saying that almost every Pro-Am car from the last 5-10 years is going to end up in this series in the next year.
You know, I know you guys weren't able to see that. Working on some stuff to try to get the feedback up, but the drone pilot is getting everything sorted and taken care of. We're going to get the other feed as well. I was watching Colette Davis come off the line during practice. She's full of smiles.
Yeah.
Just after winning the seating bracket, she's happy as all can be. And I just like the vibe for some of these drivers. You got Savio.
Down.
You got Savio Silva out there always smiling and having a good time. Christian Katron, Louis Lance giving me head nods. Henry Pavone. So I normally wet my hair before getting up. You've seen me do it. I wet my head with water.
Oh, okay, like a water bottle.
Yeah,
I was like, what are we talking about right now?
Oh, no. So I was talking about the drivers coming through this alley.
Yeah, no, I heard that part. So you were wetting your hair.
So
this is your pre-ritual.
Yeah,
okay.
So
didn't know we were getting this information.
So Henry Pavone, I didn't know he was out there pulling up on the line, and he saw me do the whole shake and then flip it back, and I look over it, and he is just laughing the whole time. So Henry Pavone is also another guy you always see him was full of smiles. Now we got the drone pilot up and running, and we're getting ready for our next battle.
Who do we got on this one?
That looks like John Windham.
Yep.
And Giovanni Coronado coming out here. John Windham is in the lead, coming in with a nice flick, but man, he missed that first outer zone. Keeping a mid-line going through, shallowing up that line that's making it unchaseable for the Guglielmo chase driver, but Windham comes in with a transition to the final outer zone. Oh, that was a struggle for him throughout the whole practice round. I don't know what happened.
He is gripped up. That's grip. Yeah. That's what that is. So that 100% is, he was talking about making a change to it. He said that when he puts on power, he surges now. It's not as floaty. He has way more steering. He put a much heavier sway bar in the front. He's done a lot of stuff to try to get it back to where it felt like the other car. Now here he is battling over grip. It's as if, like, if you're a normal drift car driver and you go from running a tire at 20 PSI, and then you put on some more grippy tires. I'm not going to say a brand or anything, but you go ahead and bump down the PSI and put grippier tires on. All of a sudden, it's hard to float out. You got to hand brake more. You got to do a lot more to get the rear of that car out, and he just wants to stay in the middle of the track.
And the great thing about everything too is like when you're in the ProAM series, you get to see different flavors of spotters and driver pairing. John Windham has his wife as his spotter, so I was talking to Rad Dan last round about if he would ever have his wife as a spotter. He's like, yeah, he has, but sometimes it gets a little feisty in there because she'll say something in a certain way, and then all of a sudden Rad Dan gets upset. But it's I love them. They're a great pair, sweethearts. It's like a normal, from my experience from the south of where I've been with the military. They're just typical Southern people. It's great.
Yeah, no, they're great. They are great. So they're going to go ahead and get a restart over here. So sorry about the footage here, guys, on the stream. For some reason, the main hardline cameras were not communicating. We were just waiting for drone footage, and for some reason, it just did not go through on that Colette Davis run. So we do apologize about that, but you are going to be getting all these other ones now, as you can see these shots that we're putting on as of right now.
Yeah, so Colette Davis did get a bye. Eric was unable to get to the line. His car was down. So she did get to a bye to the top 16. So the winner of this battle will be battling Colette Davis. So we're seeing the lineup of these cars. John Wyndham's in the chase. And Eric Canowitz is in the lead. Eric Canowitz coming in here. More of a straight line approach to that first outer zone. Here comes John Windham getting that proximity and is surging a little bit too far forward on the line. He's shallowing up now. He's diving into the pocket of Eric Canowitz all the way into interclip 1. Oh, my goodness, a lot of angle and rotation.
No.
Almost kissed bumper to bumper on that.
So
that is definitely
almost the opposite of what we were talking about earlier, where it was too much and it wasn't fast enough. Here he is, does it too fast. There's too much angle, and it rotates around on him. I mean, a much better run from our man in the red car here, coming around, able to stick in, still taking a very inside line. You can tell that car is gripped up, but look at the surge when he does transition. He gains feet on that. Both of them going pretty shallow in here and just getting in there, and for whatever reason, that lead car driver trying to make that snap transition just wasn't able to hold on to the rear of the car.
So you've driven plenty of events. You've driven this layout before, I'm assuming, right? Is there a track? Is there like a bump in the track right there from that transition?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I'm just going to let you guys know we are going to do it one more time. So one more time going to be happening. We're going to go ahead and let them change their tires if that's what they're electing, which it looks like they are. There's not a large bump. It's not noticeable. What it is it's slick. You are also going way faster on this back section. You need a lot of speed to connect all of this. And in reality, they're trying to go from a nice wide spot. You've got two schools of thought. Let me just back up. These two guys both took the inside to get that inner clip, okay? As you see, everybody that's been successful and everybody that just podiumed goes wide and comes into it. They make more of a curve. They don't go for that straight line because what happens is they choke themselves up for that transition. And that snap transition is not working. It is clogged up. It has backed people up. And now here it is taking out yourself because you couldn't hold on to it. You know, I would tell them to reevaluate that line through that area.
All right, and it looks like Matt Schulman going out here with a
buy run. Another buy run, but Matt Schulman coming in, flinging it. Oh, my gosh, what a freaking photo. The light just hit it as he throws it into zone 2 here, filling the zone absolutely. As you see, he goes out a little bit larger to then come and touch the inside zone, not kinking himself up here into this last outer zone, and he sits in the pocket, and look at him roast those tires. What a great job. I've got Kelsey out here giving him an applause. That is a great job. Matt Schulman has advanced so far as a driver. The car himself, what a good job, buddy.
He three-wheeled.
Yeah.
It got me excited.
He did three-wheel.
He's a three-wheeler.
Speaking of Southern hospitality, Rad Dan has been helping and lending shop space to Matt Schulman, even offering his car one of the last competitions so that he could compete.
Man, and I do see one of our previous drivers, Tom Mermanad, he's in the chat. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We're going to see our next driver come up. It looks like Nick Ward. This is a buy run. And Nick Ward, Taxi Garage. S chassis. If you've seen that video of him wrecking the car in Appalachia, Drift Appalachia, it is still the same.
Appalachia.
Appalachia?
Yeah.
Is it Appalachia? Tomato. Don't judge me.
No. Ketchup? Come on, dude. It's Appalachia.
Here we go.
Get out of here. You're not Steve Griffin.
Coming in with a nice initiation to the first outer zone. And being able to get that momentum to carry it all the way to outer zone 2.
There we
now
go.
Using that momentum to go into interclip 1 and then transitioning to outer zone 3. Nick Ward out here with the S chassis. Taxi garage, gray livery. Great job from Nick Ward.
Dude, but he was putting it together. He is one of the few drivers I've seen float this little section into zone 2 and I think a great way. So very, very exciting stuff. We have so much talent out here. Super excited, and we were letting newer guys out here too.
Yep.
So I mean, anybody could be a part of this program. Anybody can do it. If you're just able to get your car to pass tech, you're willing to pay whatever the heck it costs to be out here and get your program out here. Dude, if you can, I would do it.
I think so. And another thing is, Ryan Kaufman and Nick Ward, they're buddies, they're partners in crime in the business. But when they're on the track, they're out for blood with each other, but they have fun with it. Now, Nick Ward, I was talking to him previous round. He's like, man, I just won another battle with Ryan Kaufman.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen. We don't know. It depends on the bracket. I'm excited to see that battle as well. But we have our next battle coming up in the burnout box. The Bob, Leo Alvarado, and Henry Pavone.
Dude, there's so many buy runs.
So Henry Pavone is in the red FRS.
So that FRS built over in Orlando. Mofongo Drift actually built that car.
Mofongo Drift.
Mofongo Drift, yeah.
I love Mofongo.
Yeah. So cool
Mofongo?
I have.
Oh, gee, the shrimp
Huh?
The shrimp or the beef?
I've had both.
Oh.
Brother, I live in St. Cloud. Little Puerto Rico's Kissimmee. It's right there. Dude, we got great food. But here we go. Leo Alvarado having a rough season so far, but here he is in the lead, trying to come back, get some points. He is throwing it super deep into the first zone and absolutely eating that pylon. Unfortunately, his unchaseable run there, and that's going to be a 0 for him. They're going to go back to the start line and change positions, and hopefully the other car is okay. I don't see it moving. Driver's moving around and stuff. Obviously nothing wrong there. There the car goes. It's not an S chassis, but apparently when it spins, it turns off. So.
But we have Henry going to be switching sides. You see on that replay, Leo just goes way off course. You're talking about his unfortunate season. The beginning of the season was one of the nastiest crashes I've seen with U.S. Drift Circuit. He went right into the wall at Citrus County Speedway.
Yep.
The track conditions were so rough too because it was wet, dry.
Dry, and that's an earthen wall with concrete, so it allows water to just drip in. Worse than OSW. OSW has a leaching issue as well, but Citrus County is much worse, and it was letting water on the track the whole night. And honestly, if you weren't in that bank the right way, that bank was going to eat you.
Yeah.
And it ate him.
It definitely did. But now we have Leo Alvarado in the chase, and Henry Pavone in the lead. We're going to wait for
Henry having the advantage here, obviously. But there's nothing that they get to judge off of. They purely get to say, okay, well, Leo caused that 0, for overshooting it. Just a little too excited, a little bit too much power. But, I mean, it's fair. It all happens. But here, I'll let you take this one.
Henry Pavone coming in the lead, coming in with a nice initiation, but missing the first outer zone all the way through, keeping the midline, falling off that track line, missing outer zone 2, and then missing the inner clip, and looks like he over-rotated.
Creating his own line.
Yeah. Going to outer zone 3, I'm kind of confused at what happened there.
What happened is he didn't set himself up for the inner clip.
Yeah.
He straight lined towards it and steered. Did not get the angle that he needed to correct it. I mean, we can watch it here. So he's in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
Coming around, goes I'm nowhere near that. And you look how shallow he is. He puts 2 tires in there and just completely overshoots it. And then he's completely off track on the exit there and starts it. So that looks like a 0-0 to me, and I'd be surprised if the judges say anything besides a one more time. And they just said a one more time. That is awesome timing. I'm not supposed to give my opinion, so I'm glad that that worked out.
We're just commentators, not judges. It looks like
Absolutely not judges.
we have our battle coming up. It is Carlos Santos and Emanuel. We'll see how they perform. The winner of this goes against Ryan Kaufman. And man, oh man, Henry Pavone.
And officially, it is going to be a one more time.
Yeah.
So we've got Carlos with a 5-minute that we're going to be rebattling here. Hopefully coming up here soon. Oh, he's actually in line.
Yep.
Great timing, dude. I'm on the ball right now. So those guys are going to go get some new tires. Gives Leo another chance. Leo, I know for a fact, was beating himself up going over. You can see it in his face. You can see his hands hitting the steering wheel. You know, it is a passionate sport. This is a lot of time, energy, and money. And drifting is the least amount of time behind the wheel for the amount of money in any motorsport there is. It is not road racing where you can mess up on a lap and you can fix time in. Everything needs to be as perfect as possible every run. And you are going against 32 other people that have dedicated just as much time, just as much energy, and just as much money and resources. But here we go, Carlos in the lead, coming on up. Let's go ahead and see how he does. Getting into that outer zone. Oh, and we got some nice little contact possibly there. Coming around in the second outer zone, Carlos swinging it. Another drive. 3 tires off by the chase going through. Does get into the inner zone, though. 3 tires would be a 0. Carlos putting it out in the back, but getting some nice proximity and some good drifting there and going for another tap almost. Man, he is out there trying to make something happen.
Oh, mercy. Let's see. Carlos Santos coming out here. We have him getting out the gate, going in for it. Oh, it looks like the chase driver broke tires a little bit right off the rip, but then here comes Carlos. I don't think he made too much contact on that first outer zone, but then going into outer zone 2, I don't even think Carlos even got a tire in that outer zone 2, but he did hit that inner clip, but then transition. Now he's filling out that outer zone 3. Great job from him. And then here comes the chase driver, Juliano Emanuel, just keeping that proximity towards the end. So the judge is going to figure out what's going on and who's going to be the winner, because it's the second lap of this battle.
Yeah, I'm watching this right now because Carlos looks planted, looks in there, but I'm not seeing him on power. And I think he either is not on power or was still trying to float, maybe grabbing handbrake. I'm not quite sure. But he was doing something to keep the rear of that car in that outer zone. I'm thinking that's what choked up our chase driver.
It definitely could have been.
And set him up for this stuff. Yeah. Going 3 wheels off, trying to cut line as hard as you can to keep proximity. You know, it's a rough one. So, and this was our battle because Carlos called his 5-minute. I don't remember that run, even though it just happened a few minutes ago. The first one, I don't remember who had the thing because we didn't get a judgment on it.
Yeah, we didn't get a judgment on it, but now we're gonna see our let's see here. On the battles that are coming up.
Good.
We got a decision. Juliano Emanuel gets the win and moves on. Great job. Carlos Santos has been struggling all season, but man, always with a smile on his face. Definitely shredding tires out there and having a good time. I'm sorry to see him be gone, but hey, he's going to be able to fight back when he comes back in the next season.
Yeah. No, I mean, built out the car for sure. What are you trying to offer people over here? What is this?
All right.
Oh,
So
I put this to cover my legs.
So now we have Kashad Parson doing his high run. Kashad, great dude that I've been talking to as well. I talked to him earlier.
Super dupe dude.
He's trying to keep his car as much grassroots as possible. And man, he is shredding tires all the way through outer zone 1 and 2. Now nice angle going into an inner clip, but it looks like it was a little bit shallow. Now he transitions to outer zone 3, a little bit late into outer zone 3, but able to get one tire in there and fill it all the way out.
Bro, Camel Style out here throwing it down. Whoops Motorsports has been a huge help to him. He's been doing it as like with his team.
Oh, yeah.
But really stepped in this year. Got that car put together. Him and his girl, amazing in the community. She's a painter out here. So really fortunate to have those kind of people. He just got on 4th place last round. And I've had the pleasure of driving against this young man.
Yeah.
Tons of fun. And I called him out a little bit for OSW. So OSW Black Friday is going to be coming up pretty soon. And I said, hey, we're going to see each other on the podium, but I'm going to be taking gold.
Oh, no. You got that dog in you.
Oh, bro. We're both going to end up on it, I'm pretty sure. So,
well, I do love going to the grassroots events, even just the fun events at OSW, checking it out. If you haven't been to an OSW event, definitely check it out. It's a good time. Everybody's there. We love drifting. We love the motorsport, and you just see the passion that day because it's just nonstop drifting. It was my first experience was last year, and it was just never-ending smoke clouds on the skid pad. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's a good day if everything's nonstop.
Oh yes. And now we're waiting for our next drivers getting situated. So. Right now, on the left side of the bracket, you do see our battles shaping up for the top 16. You have Ryan Kaufman going against Juliano Emanuel, Colette Davis versus Giovanni Coronado, and then Nick Ward versus against Matt Shulman. That's going to be a fiery battle.
So I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that for the guys in the back?
So, Nick Ward, Matt Shulman, fiery battle.
Nick Ward, Matt Shulman.
Yes.
That's going to be a battle, dude.
Yes. Fiery.
I'm so excited.
Last year I said.
I was just trying to have you put some energy in there.
Oh, man.
That was all.
I put the energy when I'm going to say Nick the Fierce Ward.
Nick Ward.
Nick Ward.
Chasing down Matt Shulman's door.
Doors, baby. Now we have
doors on doors.
Doors on
More
doors. All right. And then on the right side of the bracket, you have a bunch of guys getting situated. I think we're going to see our buy run from Eric the Fireball Noguera.
Oh. Yeah. I was watching him practice.
He
was sending it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but it looked like he was about to go into the wall earlier today.
Oh, man. Eric Noguera, I love his passion. I always say he's got the Samba drift style.
You do say that.
You see
Can you Samba?
I can't Samba.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure Eric can Samba. I was talking to him like, bro, you bring the Samba into drifting. He smiles. He's like, you're right. You're right. So I love him.
I bring the Wonder Bread to drifting.
Oh, jeez.
Talladega Nights, a little shake and bake, you know.
Here we go. We got Eric the Fireball Noguera. He got the Fireball nickname because the first round I ever commentated, he shot out a huge flames, cinched the eyebrows of some media people as he is going out here in Sebring in the first outer zone, transitioning, going to the second outer zone. Oh, beautiful roar of that heavy Corvette. Coming in, punting that inner clip cone a little bit, but then going into outer zone 3, being feisty. Oh, mercy. I think we need some fire extinguishers for that fireball.
So, do you want to tell them why the fireball happened?
Oh, yeah, there's flour on the track.
I was about to say, I'm like, don't just make it sound like he blew up his car.
No.
We're not allowed to paint on the track of the racing surface at Sebring, so we use flour. And obviously, it is finer, right? And so when it goes there, it's very combustible.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting thing. Yeah, very flammable.
I love that photo of Eric Noguera. I do have a canvas of it.
Oh, you have a canvas?
Yeah, I have a canvas of it. I still have to go up to him, have him sign it because that was my first memorable moment at a real-life drift event.
At a real-life drift event? Yeah, because let's talk about that. You come from the world of sim commentation drifting. which I didn't even know was a thing. All right. Like, when I was over here, and they're like, hey, we're going to have you do interviews and stuff. We're going to have somebody else announce up there as well. And I was like, cool. I get to bring my personality down, hang out with my friends all day. Awesome. Who is it? Do I know him? And they're like, oh, it's Tiny. He does this for Sim. And I'm like, you announce for Sim?
Yeah. So
I was like, wait, what is this? A live stream, like, from your bedroom? And, like, I don't know what it is.
I'm in my bedroom with my pajamas on and fluffy socks.
I'm out here standing in the sun.
So where I came from, the Sim-wise, I'll actually talk about it a little bit later. It's a very interesting story how I came into commentary with Sim. But we have Henry Pavone, Leo Alvarado. This is our one more time battle. Leo in the lead. Henry Pavone in the chase.
Let's hear the voice the whole time. Go for it.
There we go. Leo Alvarado. Oh, Henry Pavone looks like he had to move out of the way from Leo to not impede the initiation. And it looks like Leo is able to go all the way through outer zone 2. It hits inner clip and then transition. Henry Pavone seems a little bit too gripped up, but now he's surging into the pocket of Leo Alvarado, getting close proximity. Doors, baby. There you go.
Dude, I enjoyed the chase there. That was a good chase.
That was a good chase.
Yeah. Let's break it down here real quick. So obviously close, and he did a concerned jerk reaction, not knowing if he was gonna big flick in or what was going on. And you see him do charges in, but it's like every time it transitions there, he's not there, which is not really what you're wanting. You're wanting more of a that. You're like what he just did, which is transition around the same time, and you start to fill into that pocket. And obviously, he's taking the inner line to get in this. So was Leo, though. Leo was not filling these outer zones the way that he needed to.
Yeah, and I think we're looking at this again. I want to look at that first, the initiation. You see Leo trying to get some weight transfer, and it kind of shook up Henry. And probably not enough trust into him. And then you're going to see the trust of the lead driver from the chase driver coming into outer zone 2 into the inner clip. Right here is outer zone 2. He's able to fill out and touch that with one tire. Here comes Henry Pavone coming in with a chase and trying to surge into the pocket. Now, Henry is going to try to transition a little bit, or maybe it looked like a little understeer, but then he was trying to figure out when he was going to transition. But Leo transitioned perfectly into outer zone 3 and able to fill it out all the way through that turn.
Well, almost all the way. About halfway, he starts coming out. But here we are in another one. In the lead, coming in, very, very shallow, coming through. We're having a hard time with that. Fills out the second zone completely, going for a wider line, just getting on to that touch and go. Coming in and absolutely running away from him on a little bit shallower line. Leo not able to catch up or put the performance on like before, but what part of that was the lead run causing that? That's the real question.
Yeah, we all talk about a chaseable lead run. Usually the lead driver has to try to make a 99-point qualifying run or the best of the ability. He misses the first outer zone completely, and then he shoots beelines into outer zone 2, and then angles up and tries to hit the inner clip but misses it completely. And Leo, he's just trying to gain that ground, and it looks like Henry is off outer zone 3 all the way through. So this is where I'm going to ask the serious question. Was this a chaseable lead run?
I don't know. It's not for me to say.
Yeah.
The thing is as a lead, let's just go for what he should be doing.
Yeah.
Is he online? No. Is he filling in the zones? No. Does he have good angle? So we're going to go ahead and see. They're going to point right now, and they are pointing at Leo in the black Corvette, getting the win.
So we're getting our guys coming out here. Leo Alvarado is driving off, getting ready. He's going to be going against Kashad Parson. And now we're going to be going to the right. Actually, we're probably going to our next one more time battle with Giovanni Coronado and John Windham. Now, let's touch base back to what you were asking before about sim commentary. The funny story about it, I just randomly fell into it. I was a firearms instructor, and then the guys at ACS, they actually partnered up with SimHQ. Great group of guys. They're like, hey, we're going to do a virtual comp. You want to commentate? I'm like, sure, I guess.
You'd never commentated before? They were just like,
yeah.
You're just firearms instructor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, my nickname Tiny came from firearms instructing, and I was always the hype man of the range. So Tiny Man with the loud voice, and they could hear me over gunfire and get people amped up. So I started learning commentary. from back then to now, I improved greatly, and that's from the practice and also constructive criticism. That's all you got to do. If you're thirsty for knowledge, the more you'll improve, and this goes with drifting itself. So going into there, and now I commentate other virtual drifting events, especially Virtual Drift Masters, which is amazing group of guys as well. But U.S. Drift Circuit is my first IRL competition I've ever commentated for, and I love this family here. Everybody here is great. Take care of each other and try to make a good show.
Well, now we have, how does this always happen? Savio Silvia versus Duarte, like Drift HQ. What is going on here?
Well, yes.
They all go against each other.
We're going to see what happens.
Oh, I feel for it so bad. But huge fan of both of them. I'm going to go ahead and, I think I got to do an announcer voice run on this one.
Let's hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, two Drift HQ drivers coming up. Savio Silvia and Duarte on the line, ready to go. And here we are away. Two green cars, but Duarte's in the lead, throwing it big into this first inner zone. Coming out on the outer zone, coming into the second one. Savio trying to find his line to get in close. Duarte putting in a lead run to be chased. Savio taking out a pylon, trying to get in some proximity. Both of them putting on a smoke show, trying to put on a show and get on to the next round. Duarte with the advantage on that way. Savio having a hard time in that second outer zone. Not really sure. The car just didn't look settled. Didn't really look like he knew where he wanted to put the car yet. I don't know if he wasn't expecting Duarte's line or what was up, but something just seemed off.
Savio has been fighting that car all day. So I'm not sure. Duarte did his job making a chaseable run. He did miss a little bit of that outside zone, but he is able to articulate his car in the way he wants it now. After practice and the
with this rerun, I just saw it looks like Savio is hot.
Yes.
Look at how hot he is right here. Speed. Look how much distance he gains, and he is going on that inner line. And here we are, Duarte out where he needs to be. Savio almost taking a straight line, trying to cut line to get proximity, but it cost him and made him slow down because he needed to put on the brakes. Yeah,
and also, like, on that outer zone one, he did get lost in the smoke a little bit, which is unfortunate.
I don't know if he got lost in the smoke. He was fully committed. I think he just looked at the line a little bit differently.
You know what? I'll agree to that for sure. But
here we go.
Savio Silva in the lead. Duarte in the chase. Coming in on this nice green S chassis. Savio is able to get right into outer zone one. Looks like one tire drop on outer zone two. But the backfire from Duarte coming in, trying to reel in the proximity, diving into the pocket of Savio Silva, but has to back off, feeling like he was getting a little too hot and close to Savio Silva as Savio Silva punts that cone and gets amped up.
I wish Duarte would have just stayed in it in that last outer zone. He would have been on it. He was on money. He was following the transitions. He was in the zones. Great proximity, some of the best proximity we've seen so far consistently without a big charge. You know, we're seeing, look, he's in the power, comes off the power, transitions, and then Duarte just says, oh my gosh, Savio might be spinning here.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that corner, but there is a lot of deep breath. Oh, we see most of our mistakes so far there, and it's coming from the setup and taking a more shallow line.
Yeah.
Everybody that's taking a wider line through, trying to hit that inner clipping point, no issues.
Yeah, so we're going to wait for the decision. We're looking at this replay here. You see Savio coming into that inner clip and then transition. I think Duarte, I think he thought he was going to smoke him, and he had to back off a little bit on that transition. But Savio was doing his job on the outer zone 3, able to reel it in. And the judges are looking into both of the runs, and you see both of them in there just.
I will say it's going to be a tight battle no matter how you look at it. There's issues on both runs in the lead and in the chase positions for both drivers that almost cancel each other out in similar zones when I was watching the replay. This is wild. It's two guys out of seat time, two great cars, but Duarte's car just hasn't been giving him the same issue that Savio's has.
Yes.
Savio is working hard inside that car because he's fighting the car.
Yes.
You know, and that's a rough spot to be in. And the fact that he was able to put together that's possibly rivaling Duarte and getting a win here, I don't know. This is a hard spot on the judges. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to go one more, or if it's a split decision.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be unanimous.
I kind of want to see that first run again where Salvio kind of missed the line and then goes straightens out a little bit, and then I'm wondering if that's a full straightening from him as a chase driver.
Yeah.
Because Duarte did a great job filling out each zone. He did a fantastic job there. And then Salvio got lost, and maybe he was on the wrong line. Maybe he didn't know where Duarte's car was positioned in the smoke. But I think the judges have come up with a decision on this. Oh, no, I lied. They haven't made it. They're still deliberating.
Still deliberating. So I do not envy a judge position. You said something funny earlier. You said they enjoy judging, and I was like, I don't know anybody that enjoys judging. Like, I think that they know that they are good at it, and they're filling in a position that is hard. It's like a politician that doesn't really want to be a politician. Like, I'm just doing this to help the people around me. I don't want to deal with all this crap. Yeah. But like, judging is difficult. I've done it before. It is a lot. You have so many things you're weighing. You look at it in a completely different light. You're looking at very similar things. You're trying to compare same zones and give people, points validly through that area. And no matter what, there are 32 people that want to win.
Yes.
There's only one winner. Guess what? That means there's 31 people that don't agree with your judging.
I look at it, yeah.
There's 31 drivers that are upset.
I look at drifting like a gladiator fight of the motorsports industry. And it looks like we did have a winner.
So, with Drift HQ in the green car, Duarte gets the win. Sorry, I was waiting for Savio to not do that. It was quite loud. But yes, Smoke Daddy not moving on. Duarte, Drift HQ moving on to the next round. We have our next contenders lined on up, and I'm going to let you take it away, Tiny.
Oh, man, oh, man. You have John Windham coming out here and Giovanni Coronado, our one more time battle. John Windham, our Alabama traveler, our pioneer from Alabama. A pioneer from Alabama? I would say pioneer from Alabama.
Pioneer?
Yeah, he traveled over here.
I mean, he drifted this way. He's a drifter.
I like the pun.
Yep. John Windham, though, coming in number 69 in the Drift HQ lead position on the Drift HQ 10. No fala Portuguese.
Okay.
I got asked if I spoke Portuguese. Sorry, I just let him know I don't. Tudo bom, tudo bem, everybody from Brazil. Oi, como vai?
It's not bad. The only movie I remember Portuguese being spoken was Fast and Furious. I never.
This is Brazil.
Yeah. Not that part.
Yeah, it's Portuguese. It's perfect Portuguese. Vin Diesel learned Portuguese for that movie, clearly. Well, it looks like they're going to let them scrub their tires again after waiting for a second. They are resetting the track. It does look like one of the pylons was annihilated. So they're in the bob.
They're in the bob.
They're in the bob. The bob, if you are new to this stream, is this tiny man's favorite word.
Yeah, bob.
And it's the burnout box.
So the funniest thing about bob, right? I'm not
is that you keep using it?
No, not burnout box. I got my nieces to call their father Bob because I would run around, King Bob. So they ended up calling their father Bob. It's actually pretty cute. But here we go. John Windham and Giovanni Coronado in the chase. John Windham coming in here with a nice initiation. Go to that first outer zone, but he is unable. He's taking the inside line like he's racing the track. Now he's going to outer zone 2, all the way into the inner clip.
He's just like too gripped up.
Yeah, and going into outer zone 3, oh man, John, what is going on with that car? I don't know if he's familiar with the track, how it's set up, and kind of like the visual cues. He's initiating so early.
He's initiating way too early, and he is nowhere near the first zone.
No.
How as a chase driver are you supposed to follow that? Is the question, right? And so is it an unchaseable run? I mean, it's not like he spun out in front of him, but he was nowhere near where he's supposed to be.
And we're going to have them come back around. We're looking at this replay.
So inside information, they are saying that is an unchaseable run because he is nowhere near it. He is taking a very inside line, and at no point could a chase driver, if they're going anywhere near the normal zones, could they catch up to him. That's what they did on the first time. That's what they judged on. So
yeah. Oh man, he's such a. This is unfortunate for John Windham, and he's such a kind fellow. If you ever are able to go into pits with him with his car, say what's up to him. He's a great dude to talk to and have a great time and have a conversation.
Yeah.
with.
I mean, a lot of changes, like I told you. He had messed with the sway bar. He had messed with all these things. The reason it was one more time, like I was letting you guys know, is they did count both of those runs as zeros before.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a 0 for his lead there, which means the newcomer here needs to hold it together for a run.
Yes.
And he could get the win.
Yeah. He just has to have a complete lead run.
Well, complete lead run, you know, and his chase needs to not be absolutely phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Here we go. Coming in with a nice initiation.
Whoa, no!
Contact from John Windham.
That car is just too gripped up.
Yep.
He got in the pocket, and it was good, and it charged. It just went in and grabbed him.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, it grabbed that tire, grabbed that wheel. We're going to go ahead and have our safety crew go out there. We'll send a replay up here real quick, see if we can see what happens.
Oh, man. I hope Giovanni's all right. It doesn't seem like a big bump,
No.
but
It just grabbed the front wheel and spun the car.
Yeah, so looking at that coming in, John Windham was so inside, and then he tried to back up. Yeah, he did.
Well, it's just the way that you set up a drift car. If you are in drift, that car, if it has toe in and has heavy steering in the front, like a heavier sway bar, it's going to drive forward. It's going to surge and charge forward.
Okay.
So
we've
obviously seen that he has too much grip. That's why he's running an inside line. He finally got an outside line going, but his proximity was too close for his car and its ability.
Yeah.
And he didn't brake enough. No, I don't even think he braked at all because he had no idea that he was going to probably zoot in that quick. Also, that is an area where people have not been turning on the power yet. We've almost had close calls earlier today where we have drivers floating in, hand braking even in the middle of that first outer zone and then turning on the power. And so that means that the chase car is getting way closer too if they're on power. So with those two things, it's, you know, a recipe for disaster, and here it is.
Looks like Giovanni is in the car giving the crew thumbs up, so he's good. So is John Windham. John Windham is able to drive, I believe. Looked like he rolled back a little bit. But man, you see Chris Jackson out there making sure that they're all good. And oh man, look at that front tire.
That's his bumper.
No, the front tire. It's cambered all the way in or off. It's so hard to tell from back here. Yeah, they need a flatbed to get them taken care of, to get them off. Well, with this, while they're taking this care of this, well, how about we have a quick word from our sponsors? What do you think, Dustin?
Yeah, go ahead and send it. I mean, this is just as entertaining as we've been watching people get ready. So, I mean, I don't mind looking at it. But if we want to send it away to commercial, go ahead and send it.
Yeah, let's send it to commercial. We'll be back with you guys after we get the track cleaned up and situated. They're probably going to have to check for oil spill or kind of cooling out there.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack.
They're absolutely shredded now.
That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance.
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
We are back here. We had to get John Windham trailered off, but I believe they came up with a decision on that previous battle.
Yep. So obviously with 00 there, they are going to be giving it to the gray car there.
The Coronado.
Yeah. Coronado. Sorry, I wasn't looking at names. I didn't want to misspeak a name. But yeah, we're flat towing. We have 2 flat tows going out, so it takes time, unfortunately. But you guys get to watch what we're watching here. If you guys have questions, you guys want to share the stream, you're more than welcome to. Also, give US Drift Circuit a follow on YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. You can follow everybody. It literally costs you nothing. You can see all the dumb stuff we get up to. Mine is Dustin Motors, and Tiny's is
Instructor_Tiny.
Because he used to be a gun instructor.
Yeah. Still actually certified.
Yeah, I was a range officer for a while.
Yeah, that was.
I was actually a range master as a child.
As a child?
As a child. I was under 18 as a range master.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, NRA certified.
That's
did
awesome.
all that fun stuff, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've done a lot of fun stuff in my career as a firearms instructor, but I feel like this is a lot more fun at times. Like,
yeah.
This just
I don't know. Going to the range is always a ton of fun.
It is fun, but being an instructor sometimes this gets kind of sketchy when when someone's not being safe.
You want to start talking about sketching and start showing you the holes in my body from that stuff. I've got one in the arm, and I got hit with a ricochet on my my collarbone.
Wow. So the unorganic holes on your body.
Yeah, I think this is a family-friendly event, so we don't talk about the other ones.
Yeah. So here we go. We got our next battle lining up shortly. It looks like
that's unfortunate.
It's going to be Christian Katron.
Just so you in the car go by. Obviously, you guys can't see it on the camera, but really messed up front suspension there on the red car. He came all this way from Alabama. He wanted to be a big part of this series, and he came to every single one, the farthest traveler to every single one for sure, and he put his money where his mouth is, and he wanted to be a part of it, bettered the car every single time, but with these things, sometimes it takes a season to figure out the car, especially when you do a lot of big changes at once. Great guys, great people. I know that he's going to be hard on himself, but a big old smile and willing to talk to anybody he needs.
yeah.
So got to have some Waffle House with him. One of my truck transmission decided to blow up, and some other garbage. So great guy.
We got Bunny up here taking photos for every event. Our media guy. He's also another humble and nice fellow to talk to. If you guys haven't checked him out, definitely check him out on the socials as well. Always posting up some banger photos. And then we're going to be looking at our next battle. Our next battle, Christian Katron, Alex Puig. Christian Katron and Alex Puig. We talked a little bit about Christian Katron earlier, well, his issues on the initiation. Simple, he said, rookie mistake.
Yep. Hey, it is a dance inside those cars.
Oh, yeah.
We are hands on the wheel, hand on gear, hand on a hydro, feet going across 3 pedals. We're using all 3 of them more than you would in rush hour traffic in 10 seconds.
And this is the first time I've ever been taller than someone. You guys have seen it.
I appreciate it. They haven't been cutting to us at all, so I was like, well, if they're not going to cut to me, zombie apocalypse, sideways survival, Pro-Am championship final. Finish him.
Oh, that's a good game.
No. Brutality.
Yeah. So we have our guys driving in golf carts around the track to try to make sure that the cones are set up. You guys out there in the chats, I've been reading the chats. I have a little computer here so I can see what you guys are saying. You guys are awesome.
Who's the girl from the show when you do
Havana
like this?
White.
Havana White. All right, guys, I want to thank Drift HQ, Kenda Tires, the Veterans Trust, KVD, KVD, OMP, Flyday FPV, Dustin Motors. All right, now you can go back in the screen.
Wait,
there
you forgot
go.
one more.
Claim Defender. I didn't even see it. The wind had it. I am so sorry. Claim Defenders. He's actually busy. That's why I'm up here. Hurricane devastated a lot of people. We actually work in a very similar industry, so I barely was able to make it over here. Here, you want to go ahead and hit this one? You wanna, I'll move out of the way. See, look, I'll move out of your way too.
Link ECU. Outlaw Network
You got to
TV.
do like this. Like here, I got you. Here. Which one? Which one?
We're going to code compliant fire extinguishers over there on the left. St. Lucy's, Plow Tires. Man, you guys are all a big family. You guys made this event and this season possible.
Without you guys, we would not be here. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we look forward to working with you guys in the 2025 season. We're going to continue this live stream here, going on with our next battle coming up to find who is going to be our championship in the Formula Drift Pro-Am Series out here with US Drift Circuit.
So.
It wasn't a sign-off, but it sounded like one. It was like a
It was
bing.
nice. It was yeah, we do have YouTube edit on it. Make sure to have that bing on there.
Oh, yeah. Hit the subscribe bell and hit the bell or whatever, you know?
Ding! So we have these guys.
Smash that like button!
We have some people out here.
Yeah, right?
They're having a grand old time. You have some fans, some family members out on the first outer zone. Just looking. That's actually, I was during the break. I was checking out what's the best viewpoint. I love seeing.
What were you checking out?
The
best viewpoint.
Oh jeez, the best viewpoint of the track. And outer zone 1, the initiation is probably my favorite. Going into the other.
Christian's in the bob.
Yeah, Christian's in the bob, and we're getting them situated there with Alex Puig.
Alex, what you were trying to say was, man, a few words, and he loves to talk to people, man.
Oh man, he's actually a favorite character of mine in the U.S. Drift Circuit series because I have man a few words every time interaction. Hey, what's going on in the car? We'll see how it happens. And then all of a sudden, you're on a Discord conversation chat. He's very let's say characteristic. He's very vocal, and it's so funny to have conversations with him on there. But Christian Katron straight up told me when I talked to him today, he was like, you know me, I'm on kill mode. Let's see if he kills it here on this track. See how rowdy he could get.
Yeah, he's always on kill mode. Very excited. This Corvette he has been, working on the last couple years. Really has it figured out and just knows how to put the car where it needs to go. Always a contender in every comp he's ever entered, which is always exciting. Alex coming to U.S. Drift Circuit now for, I think, 3rd year. Yeah. So I think this is Christian Katron's 2nd year, if I'm not mistaken. So two guys that have at least done 1 or 2 seasons. Very excited to see these two go at it. They've both driven this section of the track a bunch, so hopefully they got it figured out.
And Christian Katron also competed in the Clutch Kicker series as well. So he's no shy person around the wheel. So you see him with his lights on, getting ready. And we're getting the green light from the judges. We'll wait for these guys.
Thumbs up, and here we go. Maybe. There they go. Christian Katron in the lead, coming on over. Let's go ahead and see. Nice initiation in the chase there. Getting nice and close, deep into the zone. Christian going a little bit shallow, and Chase going a little bit deeper. Coming on through, filling up the zone. Looking for this touch and go. Inner clipping point, absolutely killing it in this outside zone, filling it up. Just trying to put out some smoke. He's just barely getting into that zone, but doing a great job and staying consistent.
Yeah, looking at this replay, I'm interested on how Christian initiates into this first one, coming in with a more straight line approach and then able to fill out. He was on throttle early. It was really nice. And then Alex, I think he just had too much speed that made him fall off track. Now he has to gain that proximity going into the inner clip, but he's not able to reel him in as efficiently unless he cuts the track. Christian Katron did what he had to do to go all the way through the track and fill out each zones as best as possible as he could. And now we're going to have them flip sides. You're going to have Christian Katron in the chase and then Alex Puig in the lead. Alex with that pandemonium livery. It's been a favorite of mine because I love the graphic of the fighting panda on the side of his car. It's awesome. All right, we got our drivers lined up. Finishing up getting that track cleared from our track staff to fix that pylon that was punted. Here we go. Alex Puig in the lead. Christian Katron in the chase. Coming into this first outer zone. Huge weight transfer from Alex Puig, but missing the first outer zone. Christian Katron is just going to follow the lead driver and try to make that line. Angle from Alex Puig. Is he able to touch that inner clip? Misses it. So he's able to go to outer zone 2, but then transitions, trying to get to outer zone 3. Christian Katron does a fantastic job following the lead driver, getting doors all the way through outer zone 3. Beautiful performance from Christian, using the lead driver as a clip point.
Doing a great job from what I saw there. I'm very excited to see this replay. Just want to see how shallow everything was. And yeah, it's as shallow as I remember. Did not get into the zone on that lead, but then filled in the second completely, coming in and not getting the clipping point, unfortunately, just missing it. But Christian sucking in, showing his control of his car, steadying it in that position and just following the angle perfectly. Great job on Christian.
And it looks like we do have a winner. Christian Katron gets the win. And he was on kill mode, like I said earlier. And he's giving the fist bumps out the window, getting amped up.
Great battle by both of them. Oh, yeah. Honestly, just came down to Christian being able to do fill the zone a little bit better in the first outer zone. And then that chase was just a little bit tighter, man. It is what it is. But both those drivers should feel great about that and excited to see this next battle.
And we have Andreas Messner in the for his buy run. For his top 16 with the on-point automotive livery.
LS-powered G, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and coming out here with a beautiful flick into that first outer zone, but is missing it a little bit. Now transitioning. This is just a dog and pony show kind of lap. He's just out there trying to get seat time, getting as loud and rowdy as possible. It looks like he slowed up a little bit on that transition going to outer zone 3, but man, does a great job filling out as much as possible as he can, putting out a smoke display.
Well, going through and, getting a buy run's always a great thing. Definitely getting more seat time, like you were saying. The transition is really the only thing that I would say is a concern. Like you said, that's a big slow up, and in a chase, that would bunch it up dramatically. we've got our 2 spots that we've been talking about, people getting on power late into the first zone, and we've got after the transition for the clipping point. So it's a rough one.
Yes.
It's a technical track. It's not supposed to be easy. That's why we're testing their ability, having them do something that's difficult to see who's the best.
Yeah, and next we have another buy run. It's Mitchell Roar, and not Roar like Tiger Roar.
It's like R-A-W-R, Roar.
No,
Like from the 2000s, Roar.
So
That sounds like Tony the Tiger's friend.
Here we go, Mitchell Roar coming in here.
Mitchell with the staffing livery here, looking phenomenal. He has been doing an amazing job. He is on some tires. He is just on that rev limiter the whole way. I love seeing the commitment and the power. We have not been seeing that out of a lot of the drivers where they're just bringing off the throttle a whole bunch. Here he is almost on it the whole time. A lot of cool commitment.
Man, look in this replay right here as he's going into that first outer zone.
Yeah, he missed the zones, but like,
it's just he's committed, and I
Yeah.
love seeing that flow going through. Very flowy going through the whole track. It was not a lot of.
a little bit more
correction
seat
once
time, a little bit more used to it, a little bit more used to the track. Hopefully his spotter sees this, they're watching this, and they go, hey, bud, you just need to go a little bit deeper.
Yep.
Trust yourself. Find that limit. And then we're going to see some battles with that boy.
The next person we will see battle is going to be Sasha Prospero versus Andrew Grindle.
Andrew Grindle actually getting some runs in practice with this car, was having issues. He looked a lot better than not running, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see it.
So I was talking to Andrew Grindle earlier too in the break. I asked him like what happened like during the seating bracket, and he was like, "I'm trying to figure out fuel consumption on the car." So he got that dialed in with his guys, his crew, and now during the practice, he was just out there just straight shredding.
I like that the graphic for Andrew Grindle is the Corvette like I thought he was going to be in
Yeah.
earlier when we were in seating. I was like, Andrew Grindle, 2 Corvettes, because it was Leo Alvarez, I think, versus him. And they're like, no, he's in a different car. And I'm like,
Yep.
what? Sasha, no slouch. Very excited. Always a very, very aggressive driver. Definitely knows what they're doing. Aggressive transitions. We're going to go ahead and see if Andrew's got this hooked up right now. We're going to see a battle.
All right.
I think we're waiting on some traffic workers. We're waiting on judges' thumbs up. So we should be going here soon. Sasha in the lead. Andrew in the chase. Brought that car all the way down from Canada, brand new to him. Let's go ahead and see how he uses it. Oh my gosh, I was so concerned he was just about to total it into Sasha. He went way wide, but he is staying in it. Sasha putting in, doing a great job just nudging that clipping point, coming around and filling out that full zone and running away from Andrew Grindle. Holy cow, was my heart dropped out of my chest.
Yeah.
I was so scared that
we go.
Andrew was going to slam into Sasha.
I'm watching the replay here. I want to see that initiation. There's nothing.
Imagine if Sasha didn't get put on the gas. So every other driver we've been seeing has been late to go to throttle in those zones and floating and handbraking in there. Imagine if that was to happen. Sasha's car would have been spun around.
Here we go. We're going to see. Oh, man, that was so close. Andrew
So
Grindle
close.
almost smoked his back quarter panel. But Sasha is just doing what he does, just floating into every zone and trying to get that proximity as close as possible, as far deep into the zone. He does fall off a little bit on outer zone 3, but we're going to see.
Yeah,
Andrew Grindle.
I thought he was entered way deeper, but I mean, we didn't have the drone view, and that drone view is just, you're like, wow.
All right. We have Sasha Prospero in the chase. Andrew Grindle in the lead. to see them run it out here. Let's see if Andrew Grindle is able to tame this beast. Going into that first outer zone on this initiation, coming in with a nice e-brake pull, then trying it. Oh, got back on throttle, real nice, but misses outer zone 1. 2 tires off, punch some cones, going into the inner clip. Sasha Prospero is unfazed by that bumper, waving in his face. And now here comes Sasha Prospero, just trying to mirror the line and angle of Andrew Grindle.
Goodness, that was a rowdy bunch of cars right there. Andrew, give Andrew any amount of seat time in that car, and we are going to be seeing some nuts driving.
Yeah, and that car from Andrew Grindle is former TLO's car. He drove up to Canada, got the Formula Drift driver, Tommy Lemire, and able to buy it, then get him, bring it down, and then now he's driving it. I think this is his first event driving it. And now we have a judge's decision over here. And it looks like Sasha Prospero gets the win, moves on.
Sasha absolutely killing it. Andrew putting everything out there though, and wow, I'm excited to go drive with that thing.
We have Ryan Acevedo in the bob, warming up his tire. It looks like he's getting a bye run. We did see Mitchell drive before, but he is not driving this battle.
Who is he supposed to battle?
Ryan Acevedo and Mitchell Rohr.
Yeah, I guess Mitchell's just not going to be. So it's a bye.
Yeah.
So Ryan Acevedo, number 904, Floridian, in the new car. Injuku ISR really put a lot of work into this thing, and
okay, so yeah, clarification on the bracket. It's actually Hayden Williams' battle. The Hayden Williams versus Ryan Acevedo. This is the bye run for it. And now, after that, he'll be battling Mitchell Rohr. All right, so that's the clarification for that. So here we go. We're going to see Ryan Acevedo get situated, and then we're going to be moving into the top 16, which our next battle there will be Ryan Kaufman versus Juliano Emanuel.
WWE SmackDown. I'm going to hit you with a chair.
I was just offered a chair from my kind counterpart, Dustin Motors, and he was contemplating hitting me over the head with WWE.
I wasn't contemplating, you know. It's a show, you know. If the cameras were on us, maybe.
Yeah.
Dude, entertainment.
Speaking of WWE, there were some WWE moments.
Oh, here we go. Ryan Acevedo coming through. Brand new car that he's been working on for a while here. Coming on in the power. As you see, he gets on that gas in the middle of that first outer zone. Absolutely wheeling the car into the second. Finding that clipping point. Coming around and missing most of the outside zone, makes the correction, and then once he gets in, he is clicked in and putting down the smoke. Getting more and more confident with that car. I can't wait to see him charging down someone. I want to see him in a chase position.
Yeah, we saw him during the seating bracket. He was doing fantastic in the chase. Able to get that rear tire in outer zone 1, transitions to outer zone 2, used a little bit of e-brake, but then able to get into outer zone 2. He had a little bit too much angle going into that inner clip that forced that slowdown, but then transition into outer zone 3. The outer zone 3, that's the working point right there. But now we have our last year's champion, Luis Lance, also the rookie that came from this series to FD Pro Spec. Luis Lance with the Zecno livery coming out here. Chevy Corvette coming in with a nice initiation, going to outer zone 1. Beautiful fill out transition to outer zone 2, all the way through. And here comes into inner clip. Oh, touches that. Now transitions to outer zone 3. Let's see if he'll massage his way into outer zone 3 and fill it all the way out. It seems like he flirted with it with one tire, but that was a flowy run. So Luis Lantz will be going against Sasha Prospero in the top 16. And now we have our first battle of our top 16. Ryan Kaufman versus Juliano Emanuel. We got some people saying it feels nice out here on the track. Yes, it is beautiful weather out here in Sebring, Florida. The second round, it was hot. And man, oh man, I love this breeze that's happening. Track conditions are fantastic for these drivers. Right now, you have Ryan Kaufman getting the tires scrubbed up. Juliano Emanuel is also in the background, scrubbing up his tires. Ryan Kaufman, our champion, coming in here, having some fun. Juliano Emanuel lining up in the chase position. Ryan Kaufman in the lead. We're waiting for the lights. Here we go. Ryan Kaufman with the FC RX-7 taxi garage delivery, coming in with a nice straight initiation. Able to put that one tire in there. Oh, a little bit of a kiss on outer zone 1. Tire of Juliano Emanuel, knowing that he is the champion and he's gonna fight and fight. He will into outer zone 3, keeping that proximity, getting door to door. Oh, mercy. Juliano Emanuel really rowdy out there in the chase. His first season out here for U.S. Drift Circuit. Dustin, what do you? Wow.
I mean, he was on it. He gives him a big old bump, you know, and slows down and puts the chase on, cuts the line to get as close as he can, bobbles out, but then comes right back in to try to put the pressure. I mean, good. The thing is that would have caused an issue for somebody else besides, like, you know, the drivers at this level. You know, if you bump somebody like that, sometimes it can cause a spin, can cause all kinds of issues. But Ryan, obviously, unfazed.
Man, well, Ryan's used to a little bit of bumping, especially driving with Nick Ward. Them two always doing some tandems and going out there and just being rowdy. He has that championship mentality, and that's what made him get to the points leader and being able to have fun with it. This guy is an absolute savage when it comes to the tracks that throughout this whole season. And then we're going to have them switch sides. Juliano Emanuel in the lead. Ryan Kaufman in the chase. And Juliano is turning around. I wonder how aggressive Ryan is going to be. I feel like he's going to be super aggressive, but also a little bit of caution in the chase, so he doesn't force the win to go to Juliano. Here we go. Juliano Emanuel in the lead. Ryan Kaufman in the chase. Huge initiation from Juliano. And here comes Ryan Kaufman reeling in the proximity, diving into the pocket. Huge surge from Ryan Kaufman, getting door to door. Real spicy and going into outer zone 3. A nice angle from Juliano. Able to get one tire into that outer zone, but here comes Ryan Kaufman diving in and getting doors.
Ryan did a great job in that chase.
Oh,
great job.
That surge on outer zone 1 was insane, and then going to outer zone 2, mirroring the angle. He did fall off the track. He crossed over the track one time.
Very similar runs, though. Very similar runs.
This is going to be very tit for tat kind of judgment call from what I'm seeing. judges are looking back and forth from both of the runs. Juliano's run right here in the chase, beautiful, but Ryan did fall off the outer zone 3 a little bit, and then you got him the second run here. Juliano coming in, huge e-brake pull, transition, and then going into outer zone 2. And their clip is good, and here comes the transition to the final outer zone, and Ryan Kaufman was keeping that proximity consistent throughout the whole track.
Ryan Kaufman gets the win.
Ryan Kaufman.
That was a close one. Very, very similar runs by those two drivers. I know that was not easy on the judges, but Ryan, in my opinion, just had a little bit more settled chase. Something about it was just a little bit cleaner, his transitions, his proximity. But what a step up from the driving that we have been seeing coming up. I just really want to give a big shout out to that other driver as well.
Yes.
You were saying his name perfect. I don't want to butcher it.
Juliano Emanuel.
Give him a round of applause, too. He was absolutely killing it.
He was great. Our next battle. We have coming up would be Colette Davis and Giovanni Coronado. They're lined up, getting situated. Colette Davis has been very settled. She won the seeding bracket. Let's see how she performs out here in this battle. Coming in with a nice e-brake pull, getting back Alvarado, pulling out, pulling one, and just gone! Huge gap. And going to inner clip. Beautiful transition to outer zone 3. Oh my goodness. Colette Davis being feisty.
Speechless over here. I mean, I know that car just went through an accident in the chase position, but Colette out there running.
Oh my God.
I want to watch a replay. I want to see if she's cutting line or if there's something that the judges could possibly deduct. But I didn't see it the first time. But she's out there spinning tires on the launch.
Oh my God.
In the zone. And she just disappears from him. She's out filling the zones. He made a mistake early on that slowed him down, but he is constantly losing speed in comparison to her.
Colette Davis took his pocket.
What I'm going to tell you right now, if he is that much slower than her, you are going to see him pushing her. You are going to see her pushing him around the track.
Hey, she's been rowdy today, and she's through the seating bracket.
Giovanni, man, let's see if he puts on an amazing lead. So the thing is, too, is this could go in his favor. If he is slower and she makes a mistake in zeros, he didn't zero his chase. Things you got to worry about with those power differences.
Well, also, pretty sure the spotter is saying be conservative.
Oh, to Colette? All day. Pat Gooden's in her ear right now.
Yeah.
I believe he's who's spotting for. He's been spotting for all season. So here we go. Giovanni coming in. Going up a little bit slower and just not putting the power fully on. Coming around in the second outer zone, and she is all over him. He takes a huge inside line, but she says, I'll dive in on you for doing that. Come on over, dragging her front wheel to go and get the proximity, and she is on him. What an amazing job, giving it a little touch. Colette Davis putting on a clinic on what you need to do to chase a slower driver. What a great job and an adaptive run.
Doors, baby. Oh my God. Colette Davis coming in, getting that proximity, actually holding the angle and saying, hey, let me see if he's being consistent? Yes, he is. Now she knows on the transition she can surge in, dives into the pocket, mimics the angle as much as possible, waits for him to angle up into the inner clip, and he does, and she is right there.
She said, I'm going to follow your line. I'm going to follow your line. That's and then a perfect mirrored transition. Colette Davis with the win. What an amazing run, and I am excited to see her next battle.
Oh, my God.
Let's bring that energy up, guys. Woo! Let's hear something in the chat. What are you guys thinking?
Jesus. Oh, my goodness. That was insane to see.
Test,
But we
we're
have
good?
Matt Shulman versus Nick Ward. Nick Ward is in the lead. Matt Shulman is in the chase. Let's see this battle. We did say this battle is going to be fiery and fierce. We have Nick is absolutely a
Test, we're good?
animal out here.
Can you guys hear me up there?
Yep.
We have a quick interview right now with Colette Davis. Waiting for the audio.
Where is he?
He is right there back here. Looks like they had them go off. We're gonna see the next battle. Trying to get that mic set up. Colette Davis.
It worked for a minute.
Yeah. Here we go. Nick Ward in the lead. Matt Shulman in the chase. Nick Ward coming in with a nice initiation. Go to that first outer zone and able to fill it all the way out. Here comes Matt Shulman, knowing that he's consistent. And Matt Shulman is massaging the angle so he can keep that proximity all the way through that inner clip. Transition is buttery smooth from Nick Ward. Matt Shulman needs to reel him in and get Nick Ward's door, but it looks like a little bit far proximity compared to what I assume what Nick Ward is going to do.
Wow, the two of these guys absolutely putting it in the work. I want to see this run. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, talented drivers, both of them. A lot of trust in each of them. Big dive in the middle.
All right, here we go. We're going to have them switch sides. Nick Ward is going to be in the chase. Matt Shulman in the lead. Matt Shulman is...
Check 1, 2.
They're testing out the microphones for that.
Yeah, they're testing out the mics. They're messing with the volume. Sorry if it's a little bit louder. There's adjusters that are going through. But here, grab this one, Tiny.
All right, here comes Nick Ward in the chase. Matt Shulman in the lead. Matt Shulman coming in with a beautiful initiation. Straight line going to outer zone 1. Nick Ward getting door-to-door from Matt Shulman. Contact from Matt Shulman. Straightens out. It looks like maybe that contact forced Matt Shulman to grip up and go straight. So the judge is going to figure out what was the real decision on that. I don't know what's going on, but Matt Shulman is definitely. Did he check up on that? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna see real quick.
So let's see Matt Shulman here. Huge angle, beautiful. Nick Ward mistimed the transition. That's what I see.
So Nick not giving the lead driver the ability to also transition. He touches him, but I mean, it is a big slow up. So it's a rough one on where that's going to be called.
So Kashad, Parson, and Leo Alvarado are going to be the next battle coming up. But the judges are looking and analyzing that contact.
So, yeah, like I was saying with the contact, is obviously there was a big slow for Matt Shulman. And are you going to say, hey, Nick on his charge up with that slow, he needs to be able to slow it down. He slows and matches the transition, but then he just doesn't have the grip or the speed. And so Matt Shulman then has contact from Nick. And so are we impeding the lead driver? Are we not allowing him to transition? Or are we saying you slowed and you caused this contact? It's a weird thing. You got to kind of like figure out which direction are they going to judge it.
So they're probably going to be analyzing if we saw that replay again. Maybe Matt Shulman did have a tire off that made him slow down a little bit. Let's see. This is the lead run from Nick Ward coming in here. Initiating. Beautiful. Going in. Was in the zone. It's a lot cleaner lead run from Nick Ward going to outer zone 2. And then diving into inner clip. Beautiful fill out of that transition all the way through and getting into outer zone 3 and filling it all the way out. So we're going to see the next replay, which is the second lap. And that's Matt Shulman here. We're going to talk about that contact here. Matt Shulman initiates. Boom. In there. And then, oh, did he check up?
So that's what I've been looking at. As they're replaying that same clip that you just saw. Like they've been going back.
It's that contact there. Maybe it was that was definitely the issue there.
We just lost feed. No, we lost feed over here too.
And man, oh man. We have some questions in the chat. Basically, so they're asking why are they judging it as harsh as they would here, because it's like a pro-am level. And the thing is, I get where they're coming from, but also they are competing for a FD license. So in the FD, they are going to be very harsh critique-wise and trying to figure out who's at fault at these situations, as well as if they're getting judged a little bit harshly and even more harsh than FD, I still think it's a good learning point for the drivers as well, to make sure that they're consistent and making sure that they're doing what they want, what the judges want to see.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because, I mean, the slowdown obviously is the reason that happened, but in reality, it's still up to Nick to be able to go, hey, this slowdown is here. I need to be a little bit slower on this transition, or I need to brake harder, you know? And
I feel like, I don't know, he was so close. He was so close to him, he couldn't even realize that he was slowing up a little bit, you know? It's oh man, this is so unfortunate for Nick, but if it does come to his fault. But
so it's difficult because they've got one complete run to look at, and they've got 2 zones at most. No, they don't even have 2 zones. They have a zone on the next run.
Where the judges are deliberating on both of the run. We're going to be seeing this go into a very tit-for-tat battle. I like Nick Ward's lead run. It's going to go lead versus lead, definitely. Was Matt Shulman doing what he needed to do to fill out that outer zone? It could be... think they have
all right. The judges have gone through, and they've made a decision. They're letting the drivers know. It's going to be a one more time for these drivers so they can go through and battle, have a clean run here.
Here we go. We have our next battle. It's Leo Alvarado in the chase. Kashad Parson in the lead. Here we go. Kashad Parson in the lead.
Kashad, let's go! In the lead, here we go with Leo coming around. Big Wang Gang coming through into the second outer zone. Coming around looking for the inner clipping point. Leo's eating it up. Coming around in his final third outer zone, putting on the power, filling in that zone just a little bit. Still looks a little bit on the inside of it.
Yeah. Seemed like Kashad fell off on outer zone 3, but coming into the first initiation.
Great entry, though.
Yeah,
Right into the zone.
Great entry, getting back on power where you needed to be, then transitions buttery smooth. Dives into the inner clip, and then the transition here. He looks like he was going to be probably assumed that he was going to go off track, so he kind of checked up and corrected himself to angle up so he could get into that outer zone, which failed him because it made him fall out of the zone. So here we go. We're going to have them switch sides. Kashad Parson is going to be in the chase. Leo Alvarado in the lead. All right. You got the camera guy right there getting that situated. You have our drone already in the air. All right, we got the green light, the thumbs up from the judges. Waiting for the lights. Here we go. The Alvarado in the lead. Kashad Parson in the chase. Kashad Parson is giving him some room on the initiation, and Leo goes in, angles up, but falls off one tire, possibly two, but transitions to out of two. Kashad has to massage that.
No!
Oh, my goodness.
Leo, what is going on, bud?
Ooh. Oh. My, oh my. And there's Leo's initiating to outer. Oh my goodness. Kashad does a great job slowing up his car and transitioning. And oh my goodness. That was real sketchy. And it's Kashad Parson getting the win and moving on. And I think we got our microphone set up. We're probably going to get an interview with Kashad.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you can hear me. Chris Jackson here. We're trying to get this shot here. This is Campbell style. Came in last event. Crazy. Made a name for himself. Now he's over here taking out Leo Alvarado. See if we can get him to stop.
Yeah, getting a fourth place last time. Absolutely crazy. Getting through battles that just he wasn't expected to get through.
All right, here we go. Looks like
unfortunately, we're not hearing your audio there.
Audio fell out a little bit. We'll probably get a recap.
Thank you.
All right, we got the mic fixed. We're going to have our next battle come up. And Duarte in the chase. Eric the Fireball Noguera in the lead. Duarte, the Drift HQ. BMW coming in. Duarte coming in to try to get the pocket of Eric Noguera. Eric Noguera settles out. Into outer zone 2. Some left foot braking to pivot that car around. And here comes Duarte trying to massage that car in that angle so he can really in that proximity of Eric Noguera. Beautiful lead lap from Eric, the Fireball Noguera.
You are going to trademark that phrase at this point.
I hope he does. I want him next year to have Fireball. And then it's the Pitbull song as his horn. You know? I think it'll be cool. Here we go. We have the lead right here. Eric Noguera able to fill out outer zone 1. Transitions to outer zone 2. Beautiful fill out. Huge smoke show there. And Duarte doing a good job trying to reel him in, surging at the right moments. But then I think he surged in a little too hard. Had some forward bite that made him go off track a little bit. But hey, we'll see how Duarte does that lead run and how Eric gets that proximity in the chase. switching sides. Duarte in the lead. Eric Nogueira in the chase, lining up. Drift HQ versus Fuerza Garage.
Huge battle. Duarte came through, obviously beating out Savio. Both drivers absolutely been killing it. Eric, no slouch either. Let's go ahead and see what they do with Duarte in the lead here. Nogueira on him, coming through on initiation. Looks like he straightened out a little bit more, though. Coming through, Duarte filling out this outer zone and taking out the cones. And Nogueira and him both taking out the clipping point. Looking for this third and final outer zone. Wind in their face, blowing through it. And Duarte taking a little bit of a gap there. Just gripped up and going. What a good run by those drivers.
I want to see outer zone 2 from Duarte's lead. So you have
the beginning is going to be interesting because Duarte looks like he was in it. No, he did miss the zone. Yeah. I just thought Nogueira was really far out, but then Duarte slams through.
Oh, no. And then Duarte coming out. And
lead for lead. I mean, we have better zones, I believe, out of Eric.
Yeah, we're going to see Eric's lead right here. You see him coming in with a nice initiation. Floats into the outer zone.
So fully filled it. Doesn't go through the second one, fills it. I think Eric's lead is better than Duarte's.
Yeah.
And then, chase for chase, similar. I did like Eric's entry with Duarte. Duarte only really got away at him the end of the third zone.
And it looks like we do have the winner.
It's going to be Eric, the Fireball, Nogueira.
Yeah. And I think we have the microphone set up. You're going to see Eric Nogueira come out here. Duarte, just rowdy as can be, going off track. Love it. And we have Chris Jackson down there. I think we got the microphone situation set up and corrected.
All right, let's see if Chris Jackson's going to get this interview.
All right, guys, I hope you guys got me in here. Here with Eric Fireball Nogueira. Eric, tell me how that red one.
Oh, that felt good. Duarte's a good friend. Just want to thank all my friends, my sponsors, my family, and we're all the way to the top. Let's go.
It's been a good second half of the season for you, man. Keep it going.
Thank you. Let's go.
Back to you guys.
Oh, man. Eric getting a fist bump from a spectator out there. I love Eric's tenacity when he's out there on the track. And now we have Christian Katron versus Andreas Messner. Christian Katron is going to be in the Chevy Corvette. Andreas Messner is in the On Point livery G right there, getting his tires scrubbed up and ready.
Then I would repeat them. I didn't curse. I've been doing good. That's the problem.
All right.
I've been doing good.
Here comes Christian Katron out there.
Christian getting out of the bob.
Out of the bob. And here we go. We have Christian getting locked in, getting set up. We're waiting for the thumbs up from the judges. They're doing an explanation of a battle previously. Now they got the thumbs up. Andreas Messner in the lead. Christian Katron in the chase. Here we go. Andreas Messner coming out here with a nice initiation, but missing outer zone 1, keeping the midline. Christian Katron does a good job to mirror the lead driver, and now he's diving in to try to, oh my God, that was almost contact right there. Great save.
Holy cow. Let's watch that replay. Early, very inside. Christian's trying to chase the line that the lead car is given. Good transition, though. Fills out the second zone. Trying to dive in, slow down the car or something, trying to get that clipping point, and coming to almost a full stop. Christian just barely able to stop from hitting him.
Here we go. We have Christian Katron coming out here. And then I believe the judges have figured out what happened with Andreas Messner in the lead. And here we go. Andreas Messner in the chase. On point livery coming out here with that G. And then you have Christian Katron, the guy that says he is in kill mode. Let's see if he is in kill mode with the Chevy Corvette on this lap. Coming in with the initiation on that first outer zone. A little bit with the deeper line compared to Andres. So now transitioning to outer zone 2. He's able to kiss the outer zone with his one tire. Transitions into the final outer zone. He has to float out to that outer zone 3. Looks like he is struggling a little bit with the line compared to what Andreas Messner. But Andreas Messner on that line, lead versus lead, chase versus chase. Andres did over-rotate and spin out, but you see Christian Katron, he's been struggling a little bit.
Also missing the first zone, but not as bad.
Yeah, and I think Christian is initiating too early, which is a lot of people's issue.
But
today.
he does follow a much better line going out of the second zone into the clipping point. Finds his way into zone 3 about halfway through. But, you know, with the big mistake, obviously, with the judges saying Christian getting the win, it makes sense, obviously, with that first lead run from the other driver.
Christian Katron getting the win. Next, we have Mitchell Rohr versus Ryan Acevedo. Called him Avocado earlier.
Yeah.
Is that an inside joke?
No, it's just like what people used to mistakenly call him when he first came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. We're going back to our one more time battle. Matt Shulman versus Nick Ward. Nick Ward is in the lead. Matt Shulman's in the chase. Hold on. And it looks like they're sending this next driver's Nick Ward versus Matt Shulman. Nick Ward coming out here with an initiation going to outer zone 1. Let's see if he fills it out. Beautiful fill out from Nick Ward. Matt Shulman is keeping that proximity. Nick Ward, nice flow.
Nick putting on a nice smooth lead.
Transitions into outer zone 3, angles up, throttle on. Here's Matt Shulman getting door to door with Nick.
Good job, Matt Shulman. Nick putting on an amazing lead that allowed that, but holy cow, did he take full advantage of that lead run to Shulman to say, I'm here and I want to win.
And we're going to get a quick word from Christian Katron for the previous battle.
All right, guys, I'm down here with Christian Katron. Christian Katron puts the pressure on him in the chase position. One of the best race drivers we have out here, man. How'd that feel?
It felt great. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. I'm confident. Just want to give a big shout out to my team, my family, my wife. Love you guys. Just happy to be out here and take care of business.
Always loves the wife. Love to see it, man. Thank you. Have a good day. Back to you guys at the tower.
Christian Katron, great family man. Actually, last year he just had a newborn son. And
really?
Yeah. The first time I talked to him, he's like, it's just a different attitude now because.
Well, here we go, I think. Oh, no, sorry.
The guys lining up. It's a different attitude with him, with Christian Katron, where he's like, now I got to bring home the win for the baby now too. So. And now we have Nick Ward in the chase. Matt Shulman in the lead. Let's see how he gets fierce.
All right. Matt Shulman in the lead. Nick in the chase. Let's see what we do. Nick's got to answer back heavy here. Let's go ahead and see Matt putting down and Nick flying in, trying to get that proximity. Matt swinging it wide. Coming into the second zone. Nick giving a little bit more spacey, but coming around and absolutely killing that space right there into the third zone. And he is putting the pressure on Matt Shulman with a little tap there at the end. Great job by both of those drivers. Holy cow.
All right. So
that was one of the best transitions I've seen all day out of outer zone 2 into the clipping point, for sure.
We have Nick Ward here. Before we had an issue on that outer zone 1 from Matt Shulman, but Matt Shulman did a great job filling outer zone 1, and now he comes to dive into from outer zone 2 to the inner clip 1. I definitely agree. That was one of the best transitions we've seen today. And then you have Nick Ward massaging the angle to try to reel in the proximity and get it. So I think the judges are coming up with a decision right now. And they're discussing that outer zone 2. And it looks like Matt Shulman gets the win.
That is a tight one.
Man, oh man.
Holy cow.
That was insane.
Matt Shulman's got to be fired up in that car right now.
And it looks like they're going to be seeing how Matt Shulman feels after that battle.
All right, guys, I'm here. I'm here with Rad Dan. Rad Dan's going to take over this one for Matt Shulman getting the win.
All right, guys. Okay, Matt Shulman, good driving. Thank you. So, what did you do on that run? What did you do on that run to change it so that you got the win? I just drove more aggressive, but also make sure I'm being relaxed. Hooked the car up more. I just floored it. Fun. It's fun to watch. Good driving. Yeah, your lead lap looks like you're coming in hot. Heater. Yeah. That first zone is like real tricky. If you don't nail it perfect, you're done. So. All right, dude. Keep the momentum. We'll do. Good luck.
All right, back to you guys in the tower.
I love it. Rad Dan out there doing interviews. Love the energy. I was poking some fun with him that last round.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to talk on the microphone. Now he's getting out of his shell, man.
Yeah, oh, dude, he got handed it, and he gets to talk to people he knows. That helps a lot. He's a big fan of Matt Shulman, obviously giving the space at the shop, letting him work over there, helping him out and fine-tune some stuff. It's like seeing your friends succeed. You want to hang out and talk with them, and now you just have a mic in between the two of you. That's it.
Yep.
But here we go with Ryan Acevedo, HHS staffing coming through in the lead here. Big entry, getting into that zone. Nice transition there. Following Ryan Acevedo coming into this clipping point out of zone 2, coming into 3, and they are both putting it on. Fill in the zone. Ryan's on that little bit outside to try to tuck in. Both of them doing a great job out there. Some adjustments, but nothing too crazy.
All right, Mitchell Rohr in the lead. Coming in with a big flick into that first out of zone. I think it was way too big, and that made him fall.
Hey guys, sorry to cut you guys off, but we got Nick Ward over here, big supporter of US Drift Circuit, with Taxi Garage as always. He's here to say some things.
I just wanted to thank you for the season. You know, 4 rounds I don't feel like is enough, but then it's a lot all at the same time. But you know, that was a good battle with Shulman. He is definitely straight up driver, fast, and tries to drive as best he can. You know, I think we got a little slow in the outer 1 to 2, which I hit him, and then I felt like I didn't learn my lesson there, and that's how he's driving. So just a little slow on that transition, and then I made a huge bobble. And the only person you can blame is yourself. You come back stronger, and we look forward to sending it. See you guys later.
Well, he's always good at sending it, guys. Big supporter, always happy. You know, one of the hardest charging guys here. Give it back to you guys up there. Thanks, Nick.
Nick Ward, always having a smile, loving what he does, enjoying everything he does with the Taxi Garage, with his crazy carts. But now we have our battle right now, the second lap of our battle. Ryan Acevedo in the lead, Mitchell Rohr in the chase. And we'll see how this battle lines up.
Both younger drivers, too.
Oh, yeah.
So super cool seeing them go against each other. Good-looking cars, good-looking runs.
Yes.
I mean, it's getting to the point where we're worried about, you know, oh, there's a hiccup here. It's not huge, blatant missing of zones and stuff like that, and that's what we want to see.
And here's Ryan Acevedo in the lead. Mitchell Rohr in the chase. Ryan Acevedo coming in with a nice initiation and getting one tire into that first out of zone. Mitchell Rohr falls back. Now he's going to start using the pocket, but cutting the track line a little bit. And here comes Ryan Acevedo hitting that first in the clip. Mitchell Rohr angled up more, so he didn't make contact with Ryan Acevedo, which made a crucial mistake. So he lost a lot of proximity into that outer zone 3.
Unfortunate there. If he would have just slowed down a little bit on that transition and not dived in as hard in that spot, hanging out that angle, he would have had a difficult time, you know, having to judge there. The 2 runs are very, very similar. That hiccup there is just going to be the largest one.
Yeah, he comes in, and then he was trying to it looked like Ryan Acevedo angled up so he could try to get that flick into outer zone 3, which he did. And Mitchell Rohr read it, and he was like, oh, I got to angle more. This is Mitchell Rohr's first run. We're going to look at it right here. Yeek, flick into that first outer zone. Mitchell Rohr barely, he's grazing outer zone 1. And then transitions to outer zone 2. And you see Ryan Acevedo following him, which forces his back tires to go off track a little bit. And then Mitchell Rohr is going into outer zone 3, gets into it a little bit late. Now, it looks like the judges have made the decision. Ryan Acevedo gets the win and moves on.
Yeah, that 350Z and Juku Racing car, absolutely beautiful. Definitely figured it out. Excited to see him continue to move forward. And didn't make it easy on him. Everybody there was definitely fighting for it. So excited to see more battles from both those drivers.
And we are at the final battle of our top 16. It's going to be Sasha Prospero versus Luis Lanz. But we're waiting for the drivers to go into the bob. But it looks like we're getting the car to drive up. Who is that? That's Ryan Acevedo coming up here. We're going to get another interview from the one and only Chris Jackson.
All right, guys, I'm out here. I'm just waiting for Ryan to pull his car up. Here we go. Ryan, hard charger, new car this round. What's up? How'd that go?
Yeah, I mean, we did what we could. I'm feeling pretty confident in this thing already. Just, I think going through seeding was the right thing to have to go through because it just put us through so many really intense battles back to back to back to back where I kind of was just able to get pretty comfortable with the car. But honestly, I'm feeling pretty at home, and I think we got a shot at bringing this thing home. So
You look like you're at home already.
That's the goal. Let's get it, baby.
Let's do it. Good job, guy. Back to you guys up there.
Awesome job. Yeah, definitely good to hear Ryan's voice. He's excited. He's trying to be, knowing that he wants to do better. You can hear it in his voice, but he's happy he got the win. So, very cool.
Luis Lanz, last year's champion, first year in Formula Drift. This is actually his demo car, and actually we were talking about it earlier during the seating bracket. He actually used this car on his last round for Formula Drift Pro Spec. So his pro car actually went down, some issues happened, and then he was like, I just ran my demo car. And he's been running his demo cards for every event you see him at. And the tenacity of his driving style, you've seen him hit every zone being floaty, but you also got the feisty Sasha Prospero, who is not afraid of anybody.
No.
He is just gritting his teeth. He can't wait to get into the pocket and rub his front tire on the door of Luis Lanz.
Yeah, no, very exciting stuff. Lewis in the lead role here, going to be under that Drift HQ tent in the Corvette, rocking his tires, doing a lot for the community. Love seeing it. Him working with Team No Tread and all of those guys. A lot of great people over there. Really just trying to blow up the Florida scene even bigger than it already is, and we're just trying to be the best we can.
Luis Lanz coming from, man, start his journey to where he's at today, from going autocross to being an instructor for autocross, then doing circuit racing, getting a championship in circuit racing, and then going into drifting. The tenacity of Luis Lanz is fantastic, and I'm looking at Rad Dan letting my son get on the scooter. And I hope you know, Rad Dan, if anything happens, you're paying the hospital bill. That's what I love about drifting, man. It's such a family event.
Yeah, you got your kid just rolling around.
Everybody's hanging out, chilling. Last round for OSW, my son was in the booth. He was learning about the judging and getting the understanding. Rad Dan and all the tenacity and the love from all the guys. Like, my son is a character, and you've experienced it. So has Kelsey and all the other judges. So I do have a message in the chat. We actually ran the engine from this car in the pro car. Oh, you did a whole engine swap into that. Nice. So as we see Sam in there in the chat, one of the crew members for Luis Lanz. And with these guys, Sasha Prospero, Luis Lanz, Luis Lance is in the lead. Chevy Corvette, Sasha Prospero in the white S chassis coming out here. Let's see how rowdy these two can be. Luis Lance wins that first out of zone. Sasha Prospero diving into the pocket. Luis Lance smoke show engaged. Two, able to angle up into this inner clip. Money going to outer zone 3. Sasha Prospero is not backing down from this fight, but Luis Lance falls out of outer zone 3, gets back into it. Sasha Prospero is getting doors, baby.
Sasha putting the pressure on Luis, no doubt about it. Watching the rerun, you can literally see he is on him on this transition, wanting to be as close as he can and just putting in the proximity. Some light adjustments there because he just didn't know how deep he was going to go in on that first zone. Misses the second zone, but going toward that touch and go or the inner clip. And then Luis finally getting back into the third zone, but every bit Sasha's there to just take advantage of it.
So
Sasha did a great job chasing him. Chased his line exactly.
That's Sasha's like SOP. He's always gonna door someone, and it's one
standard
of the
operating procedure for those that don't know.
It's what he does, and it's so great to see. Even in Fuel Fest, when it's supposed to be, hey, don't make some contact with people. Let's be safe with these. Sasha is like, I'm just gonna door someone. And you see here, he uses his angle to slow himself up so he doesn't make contact with Luis because he sees him off of outer zone 3. But then when he sees him massage his car, Luis Lance massage his car into outer zone 3, Sasha gets right back into the pocket. It's beautiful to see the tenacity from Sasha Prospero. And here is Luis Lance in the chase. Let's see if he will give the same ferocity in the chase. Luis Lance is now using the shallow up on the angle. Sasha Prospero. Here comes Luis Lance to reel in that proximity, dives into inner clip.
Wow.
Nice transition. But now Luis has to gain that proximity into outer zone 3. Sasha Prospero, outer zone 3 is money.
Wow, Sasha said, I'm going to do everything I can in this lead role, and Luis just was not able to match. He did a great job, but like we go in through in here, we see this transition here. He's trying to copy and be as close, but that proximity is just not the same Sasha had, but it's super good coming through in this transition. Sasha actually goes and touches the zone, coming around. Luis getting nice and close, coming into this clipping point, into the third zone. Sasha just trying to get in it, just missing it, maybe finding it later on, but taking space away and putting a gap in on Luis. They're going to give that all the way to the white S chassis. Sasha getting the win, beating last year's winner.
Sasha got that dog in him, man. I love it. I love watching
Some
him drive.
great battles. Best we've seen so far, back-to-back like that. What are we doing? Let's keep it all like this.
This was a top 16. Now we're going to get even feistier because Sasha is going to be going against Ryan Acevedo in the grade 8. So you're going to see our winner come up. Sasha Prospero rolling up to Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson, let's get the lowdown.
All right, guys, sorry for the delay. Here with Sasha, driving like a madman all day. Tell me how that went.
Hey, it was a pleasure to race again, Luis, our prospect driver, and we're good to go.
Man, keep it going. It's crazy seeing all the aggression out here. Back to you guys.
That's awesome. Short words. Well, I beat the prospect driver, so good job.
There we go. Ryan Kaufman in the lead. Colette Davis in the chase. Oh, boy. Colette Davis has been on a tear. Ryan Kaufman has also been on a tear. This is going to be a butting of heads battle. And Ryan Kaufman is not afraid of any competition here. But here comes Colette Davis in that BMW. Going to get in that chase position, trying to reel him in right off the rip. A little bit of a shallow of the angle going to that first outer zone, but then angles out the chase. Right up, smooth and butter, but it looks like he's going wide of the inner clip. Can Colette Davis reel him in and get to the pocket of Ryan Kaufman, or keep that close proximity all the way through around? A little bit closer than from the beginning. It looked like it was more of a, I'm going to get closer and closer and closer throughout that whole lap, which is that's pretty clean for a chase driver.
No, it's a great run. Colette started with a little bit of space there in comparison to the last two runs and initiated rather late. So obviously a little bit harder to get in that chase. Nick showing why he is the points leader, going through and just putting it down. Not really filling out the outer zone immediately, though, but finally figuring it out and finding it. We're seeing that with a lot of them, everybody. But she gets right in the pocket. What a great job.
Oh, my God. Now we're going to have to switch sides. And I'm excited to see how Ryan Kaufman's approach on the initiation. Because Colette Davis gave him room on the initiation, which, hey, that's fair. That's all fair and fair in whatever she needs to do to try to keep a good chase. But is Ryan Kaufman going to do the same thing? I don't think he would. I think he was actually going to try to get as close as possible. But I'm not the driver. We'll see how he does with that FC RX-7 and Colette Davis with that BMW. All right, we're waiting for that thumbs up from the judges.
Just want to say, with some of the comments that I'm seeing, absolutely, it is the most beautiful weather that I've had in a long time at a drift event, especially in Florida. Not sweating, having a nice breeze. Oh, it is a beautiful day here in Florida.
It is, especially after the crazy things that have been happening with weather-wise. Two hurricanes, close proximity.
2 weeks apart.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
payroll cycle. And on a payday, I got a hurricane. All right, here we go. Ryan Kaufman, Colette Davis. Colette in the lead. Ryan sticking close already, coming in and diving in and making contact. Forcefully setting into even the first zone, putting a big gap in between the two of them. She is putting down a heater of a run here. Nick trying to get all that space back and trying to make sure that he ends up on the podium for this round. Trying to go through. Colette putting down some smoke.
Lead versus lead, chase versus chase. Let's see how.
I want to see the zones there because she looked like she was on the inside of everything.
Goes in, initiates.
Yeah.
A little bit inside of that first outer zone, but then going into outer zone 2, I think she hit it. Barely touches inner clip. Transitions to outer zone 3. That's a looks like one tire flirting with outer zone 3 all the way through.
So let's go ahead and see this flip here real quick.
Yeah. Ryan Kaufman, nice initiation. Shallow angle. He misses the first half of outer zone 1, but able to fill it out by angling up. And then Colette Davis is just massaging the cars to try to get that proximity. Ryan looks like he barely touched inner clip, but then he was
And then he
missing.
finds the zone later, later.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. Initiates and then oh man. Judges are figuring out lead versus lead, chase for chase. What's the verdict? Colette Davis winning the seating bracket, doing a great job today.
Yeah, no, looking great in the car, feeling very comfortable with it. Going against Nick, it's not the spot that you want to go against them as late in the thing is. Luckily, we're later in the round, but it's going to be a tough battle. Both of them fought there. It's going to just go based off zones and stuff, and we do have an answer. And they gave it to Ryan Kaufman. He is going to be moving on. Colette Davis putting on a great job, but Ryan getting the win.
We're getting an explanation from the judges. But now we have Matt Schulman at the line in the chase, Shot Parsons in the lead. And it looks like we have Chris Jackson getting ready.
We're going to go ahead and let those next ones run, and then we'll go ahead and get Ryan on the in-between battles.
Sounds good. So, you got the explanation of that previous battle?
Yeah. So with her entering late, that's a big deduction, obviously, there. And there was some other stuff that I had mentioned previously. But I'm going to go ahead and go down so he can hear the driver. Down to Chris Jackson.
Looks like
audio's not working for Chris Jackson. I'm going to go ahead and sub in. Hey, how did you do? Oh, I don't know. No, there is no audio. Okay, cool.
We're
Gotcha.
going to get in the middle of the next battle. We have Matt Shulman in the chase. Kashad Parsons in the lead.
Kashad coming on in this lead, leaving the Drift HQ in that beautiful green, coming through. Matt Schulman coming off of that amazing, one of the best battles we've seen. What was that hiccup on the entry? Kashad getting into the zone, putting on some smoke, grabbing a big old, big hand grab there on the hydro, taking the inside line and looking like he's falling out of drift. I don't know what happened at the beginning, though, but he was really in the inside here. And a lot of e-brake trying to hold on and float out, and it just did not happen. Ended up slowing him down quite a bit.
All right, guys, I'm down here with Ryan Kaufman. He's our champion for 2024. Just came out of a battle with Colette. Go ahead, tell me how it went.
Honestly, Colette is such a ripper, and seeing her in this new car today, I was honestly kind of excited and nervous to go up against her, but that was a great battle. I'm super stoked to be moving on, and let's just keep the party going.
So you already got a lot of hands on your deck. You're running Taxi Garage, you're a fab shop. Now you're going to run ProAM or a Prospect?
That's the plan, bro. Formula D or bust.
Man, madman. Well, good luck to you, sir. Keep on winning. All right, back to you guys.
Formula D or bust. That needs to be the next T-shirt for Taxi Garage.
Oh, I bet.
I would buy it.
So it looks like Kashad is having a mechanical issue. I'm not sure if he has a 5-minute call or what's going on, but he is getting off the track. Just to give you guys information, Matt Schulman is in the line in the chute, ready to go.
So, Ryan Kaufman is in the final four. The winner of this battle, Matt Shulman and Kashad Parson, is going to be going up against Ryan Kaufman. On the right side of the bracket, we have Eric the Fireball Noguera versus Christian Katron. And then Ryan Acevedo versus Sasha Prospero. So these are some battles that we have seen a lot of. I'm excited for the Eric Noguera versus Christian Katron battle. The Ryan Acevedo versus Sasha Prospero is going to be another feisty battle as well.
Yep, so Kashad has officially taken his 5-minute. Something's going on with the car, not quite sure what's going on. But hopefully they can get that fixed in the 5 minutes. The way the 5-minute call works is they're able to put it on jacks if they need to work on it underneath or anything like that safely, but they're not allowed to touch it in any way, shape, or form until they have somebody there with a stopwatch. They start the 5 minutes, and they work on the car, get it safely on the ground, and they need to do it all in 5 minutes to get back out there.
Here he is, Eric, finishing scrubbing the tires, getting himself situated. And you have, man, Christian Katron, Eric Noguera, two passionate drivers. And both family men. What was it? OSW, he had his family out there, and he podiumed. And I talked to him, gave him a hug. He was sweaty as all can be.
He's been in a race car all day.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was such a heartwarming moment. Like, family there. He was just all smiles. And I love seeing that. And now you have Christian out here with just the hyper focus and hyper state right now to figure out I need to see what I need to do to get Eric Noguera out of this competition. And Eric Noguera is out there just doing his samba thing, filling out the zones he needs to, having a nice flow, probably thinking about music while he's driving.
Yeah.
You know? Just getting that nice rhythm. And I know there's a lot of love for the Brazilian drifters out there. And definitely, is a great sight. There we go. Eric Nogueira in the lead. Christian Katron in the chase. Chevy on Chevy battle. Eric Nogueira coming out here with a nice initiation. Going to that first out of zone, filling it all the way out. Here's Christian Katron using some left foot braking to keep the proximity. Eric Nogueira. Eric Nogueira dives into the inner clip, punts in the cones, but Christian Katron is unfazed by the cones flying in the air. And Eric Nogueira is going all the way around out of zone 3. A little bit of a correction from Christian Katron, but my, oh my. Whoa, chills.
Good run, good run. A little bit of bobbles and stuff going through the whole time, but let me go ahead and just watch this replay real quick and see if how he gets in that zone. Gets in the zone. Christian's following, taking a little bit of an inside. Great transition, great dive in, coming around into that second outer zone, going in towards the clipping point. Clipping point, he does like a weird little wag just to try to like get out and get around. And then does it again, a big bobble there in the middle of the third outer zone. And our lead, great, smooth, really good run. You know, that's going to be a, hey, you need to be in kill mode. Yeah. You know what I mean, again, to try to get out of this, because right now the advantage is on that lead car.
Oh, man. That was so fluid going to outer zone 2. And then diving in, nice angle. And then the smooth transition to outer 3, able to float out there. That is fantastic for a lead driver. And Christian did a fantastic in the chase. It was just that hiccup in the chase. Now, Eric Nogueira has to get knuckled up for this battle because this is going to be a tight one. Eric Nogueira has to get that proximity for that battle. And Eric Nogueira is just probably smiling under that helmet. And here he goes. Christian Katron, Eric Nogueira. Chevy on Chevy yet again. Oh, my goodness. A little bit shallow angle.
Oh,
Christian
no.
Katron goes off track. Eric Nogueira over-rotates and spins out, possibly due to Christian Katron coming out of the drift. And we're going to see them go all the way through that final outer zone. Oh, no. Woo.
I want to see the rerun. I just want to see the replay here. Where's this drone footage at?
There.
That's the back of the run.
That's the back of it. There we go.
Okay, here we go. It's so far away.
Comes in.
Just Christian just was a little too straight and then initiated just a little too late. Didn't get on the gas. What we were talking about earlier, choked up the chase.
So what it looked like, and when we rerun this replay of Christian Katron's lead, we did get a confirmation. Eric Nogueira gets the win and moves on to the final 4. That lead run, I think Christian was trying to get a later initiation that he's been normally doing, but he also had that shallow angle into that first outer zone that forced him off the line and off track. But, man, Christian has been happy throughout the whole season, loving what he's doing, and we're going to have Eric the Fireball Nogueira yet again on the mic with Chris Jackson. My son's stopping the cars.
All right, guys, once again here, Eric Nogueira, Eric Fireball Nogueira. Just killing it, man. Tell me how that one went.
It went awesome. I did a good lead. Unfortunately, he messed up on his lead, which gave us the advantage. Again, I want to thank Fazetta Hirad, Jackson Performance, Kusai Wheels, everybody that supports our program, Zach Nova Tires. We're going to go all the way to the top. Let's go.
I knew Yvette was going to win that one. Happy it's you, man. Thank for it. Go for it. Back to you guys.
Is that your kid?
That's my son. My son
loves
Eric Nogueira. He's like, can we see Fireball? And I'm like, all right.
Oh, man. Too funny, too funny.
I looked over, and I just saw my son stopping Eric Nogueira so he could talk to Chris Jackson.
So good. Well, we got Sasha and Ryan, 2 aggressive drivers coming out here, both very outstanding today. Job right now. Both these cars are going to be heaters. Let's go ahead and see. These judges look like they're ready. I don't know what we're waiting on yet, but they're off. Ryan Acevedo in the lead run here. Sasha in the back. Let's go ahead and see. Sasha trying to close in that gap already. Ryan, big angle coming into that first outer zone. Sasha sucking up and making it happen in the transition with a big charge into the second zone. Looking for the clipping point. Both of them looking nice. Sasha trying to predict, got a little early on the bobble there, but finding a pocket and sucking in on Ryan Acevedo into the pocket. Great job.
You're right, the champ.
I'm enjoying. Savio brought up.
Of course, Savio brings up food.
Yeah, he brought up some food.
There we go. Acevedo coming in with a nice initiation to the first outer zone, able to fill out that first outer zone all the way through. Transition, buttery smooth, but then when you got Sasha Prospero diving into that pocket, and then Ryan Acevedo locking in the angle, a little bit of a correction, but Sasha Prospero is able to reel him in and stay there. Now Ryan Acevedo knows, hey, he put it on my door. I'm pretty sure before this battle, Ryan Acevedo knew he had to go 120% on both runs, and we're going to see how he performs in the chase right here and now.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is Sasha did enter, rather on the center of the track there. Wasn't really following the line as much, knowing he wanted to get proximity. So let's go ahead and see what these guys do. It looks like Ryan's in the bob.
Here we go. Ryan Acevedo in the chase. Sasha Prospero in the lead. Sasha Prospero, e-brake pull, gets into that first outer zone with one tire, but huge smoke screen in that back end of the S-chassis. Transition to outer zone 2. Ryan Acevedo is trying to massage that proximity here and there, and now he has to snap into angle, and now reel Sasha Prospero all the way through. And man, oh man, I'm actually interested to see what happened from outer zone 1 to 2 for the lead driver and what
I was
going to
say that's something that I wanted to see, but great job after that.
Nice.
Sasha in the zone, Ryan towards the middle a little bit less, but
there it was.
But right here, this transition by Ryan Acevedo in that charge right there, beautiful.
So it looked like Ryan in the chase kind of corrected going here, but we're going to see the lead of Ryan Acevedo real quick coming out here. Man, beautiful initiation. Was able to fill out the first outer zone all the way through. Compared to Sasha Prospero's lead, transition, very predictable. And then going into outer zone 2, I don't think he really touched it with that back tire. It was hard to say with all that smoke going on. But then going to outer zone 3, a little bit of a correction from Ryan Acevedo and able to fill out the outer zone 3. But now we have the lead run here that I was talking about before. I want to see that transition from outer zone 1 to 2. Ryan Acevedo was able to dive in, and there was a little bit of a correction from Ryan Acevedo, so he could try to float out and try to keep that proximity, and then that transition, like you were saying, at the end. So here we go. And it looks like Sasha Prospero gets the win and moves on, knocks out Ryan Acevedo. And now we are at our final 4 battles. And we're going to... Oh.
Yep, that 5
we're
minute
looking
that was
at
called.
the Matt Shulman and Kashad. I'm trying to follow the updated bracket, but I didn't see that second half of the battle getting ready. So we're finishing off the final, the grade 8. So Matt Shulman is going to be in the lead, and Kashad is in the chase. And it looks like we have Chris Jackson.
All right, we are ready to...
Getting ready. We're going to see the battle come out here, and then we're going to talk to Chris Jackson and our winner from our previous battle.
We got some cars waiting in the line, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and let them do this first half of this battle.
Yep. Here we go. Huge initiation.
Kashad looking like he's still having those problems, unfortunately.
Matt Shulman doing what he needs to do throughout each zone. And able to dive into the inner clip. Transition, outer zone 3 is good, and it looks like Kashad is just driving on throughout the track.
That's a rough spot. He got 4th place, winning a lot of rough battles last event. Here he is, ready to go against Matt Shulman in the car. Unfortunately, just something's happening. It is hard to have these machines operate 100% of the time in the worst conditions possible, which is what we put him through. So he's got some work to do, but I know he's going to be out at a party event tomorrow, so I'm sure he'll get the car fixed tonight to be out there driving and figure it out.
All right, thank you guys up the tower. I'm here with Sasha Prospero again from last year, dominating last year. This year he's trying to do the same thing. Tell me how you're doing this.
feeling perfect. You know, I was waiting to battle against Ryan again, and with lucky we got the win, and I'm happy with that. And let's move to top 4.
Looks like he's getting ready, guys. He's in the zone already. He looks like he's just ready to do it. So I'm excited to see what you got, and hope to see you again.
Yes, thank you.
Back to you guys.
There we go. Sasha Prospero riding out. And it looks like yeah, there was a decisive winner on that last battle. Matt Shulman gets the win. He's going to be battling against Ryan Kaufman in the final 4. On the right side, you have Eric Noguera and Sasha Prospero. And you have Ryan Kaufman and Matt Shulman in the final 4 as well. Oh, man, this is going to be a crazy final 4 for you guys to watch. And we want to thank our sponsors out here. We have Autosports Engineering, Drift HQ, Kenda Tires, OMP, Link ECU, Taxi Garage, KBD, Outlaw Network TV, Claim Defenders, FLYDAY Drones, and many, many more. You guys are awesome. I appreciate everybody out here in the crowd just sitting on that first barrier, on that first outer wall. Loving it. Appreciate the guys and gals in the chat. Loving it up and having conversations out here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a commercial break so we could get the tracks relined for this finals 4 battles. And man, oh man, it's been a beautiful day. Let's hear from our sponsors.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
performance
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack.
Absolutely shredded now.
That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built it Everest. Because the UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance.
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
All right, guys, I'm down here with Matt Shulman. Matt Shulman wanted to put people back in their trailer. He's doing it now here in round 4, and he had a bad round 3. So tell me how that went.
Yeah, round 3 sucked. Blew a motor and did a whole new engine swap, all new wise fab, a whole bunch of stuff went into it to get it done. But thanks to my sponsors and a bunch of great friends, we got it done. And my goal this weekend to come put everybody in their trailers and win this thing and go home at the end of the season and all happy and stoked. So I'm feeling really good.
Man, it's always good to have you here. It's always good to hear all the opinions, everything going on. And, man, you're a beast behind the wheel. So congrats. Hope to keep seeing you again.
Yes, sir.
Back to you guys. All right, guys, I don't know if you can go. All right, thanks, Dustin, Tiny. I'm here with Sasha. He's out of breath. This guy's driving like a madman. He really wants it. Tell me how it felt.
Amazing. Last time that I competed against Eric, he got the win. That time was my time, and we're ready to go to the finals.
Man, so this is your first finals here on this track, right?
The second one.
Second finals.
I got 1 second place and 1 third place.
All right, well, let's keep that roll going.
And today the first place. Hope so.
Today he's getting first place, guys. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, I will try my best.
All right, see you in a bit.
Thank you.
Back to you guys. I want to give, I guess this is the last time on the mic, so I want to give a big shout out for all our sponsors. Drift HQ. Hold on, he's winning. I got to give him a chance. All right, everybody, thank you so much, all you guys at home. Drift HQ, Auto Sports Engineering, Kenda, OMP. There's just so many. Crane Defenders. I'm really bad at this. Jack's Performance is one. I yell at these guys all the time that we can't get them all right. And now that I'm on the spot, I can't do it. But Kenda Tires, OMP, Link ECU. So everybody that makes this happen, everybody in South Florida, all our fans watching the live stream, thank you so much. You know, I don't know what to say. All the staff, everybody busting their ass, all the judges, the announcers, everybody out there running cones. Stay tuned for the finals. This is not over. I'm just rambling. So back to the guys who know what they're doing. Go for it.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack.
Absolutely shredded down.
That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built it in every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance.
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
We have the guys ready at the line? All right, the guys are out there still changing tires. Eric Noguera. This guy had a really crazy half this season, right? Yes. So what'd you change?
Just mentality. And the team worked really hard putting the car together. This car has never skipped a beat. You know, families around you, you know, God first on everything. I appreciate, again, all my sponsors. You're one of them. And we're just getting out here, putting time, putting effort. It's a whole season.
Tell me how many. Tell everybody at home how many crew members. Because sometimes you come out here and it's like you had a charter bus bring them all out.
Yeah, all the Brazilians are crazy. We all know that. Everywhere. FD here. So, again, I want to thank all the fans for coming out here. And you know, we're working really hard. And, again, I appreciate everyone coming.
There's a whole crowd of people over there just yelling and screaming for you. All right, guys. That's Eric Noguera. He's locked in. Back to you guys.
absolute gangsters today.
All right, I hope you guys got me up there. You guys got me? We got a Dustin Motors. Is Dustin Motors on the way?
Hey.
All right, so we did a little bit of math. If Matt Shulman wins this, then Eric gets third championship. If he loses, then Eric gets second in the championship.
Oh.
There he is. All right.
What was that math?
So if Matt wins, he knocks Eric the championship. The round winners, then we're going to do the championship winners.
Yep.
I'm going to hand this off to you.
Guys, App's amazing event, guys, an amazing season. Please, everybody, make some noise for all the drivers that came and participated in US Drift Circuit's Formula Drift 2024 season.
Win. Could do.
Trophies. Now, Eric, come here, baby. How are you feeling, man?
Appreciate everybody. My family's out here. After around work hard, appreciate all the sponsors. Again, work hard, learn this thing that we love, that we all here to watch. And again, I just appreciate everybody coming.
Bro, well, not just your family down in Brazil, but all of your American families giving you a big old right now, brother. Everybody give them a big round of applause. Huge support over there. Let me go ahead and get second place right over here. What do you want me to say? Matt Shulman, brother. We've already been, oh my gosh, premature excitement. You did it. You literally did it. You got second place. I just had your heartfelt, talk over there and thanking all the family. But I mean, how are you feeling? Just your raw emotion right now.
I just want to go to FD, dude, and just show ProSpec what's up, really.
Okay.
I know it might not happen next year, but maybe. But like, ProSpec needs some better driving, and I'm down to go there and show them what's up. But
Damn, he's just saying it to you like that. He just said, if you're in ProSpec, you ain't. No, I'm joking.
The main thing here is I think this ProAM series is like the most competitive ProAM series in the country, in my opinion, because it's throughout like 6 months or 4 months, whatever it is, and then other series are shootouts, and that's so easy. I don't want easy. I want to be challenged, and I challenged myself. Got a whole new engine in this thing with all their parts. It took a lot of work until 1:30 a.m. every damn day, and I did it. And I got the championship. I got first place here, so I'm freaking stoked, dude.
For everybody that knows, Matt Schulman definitely did not take the easy route. He did everything the hardest way possible, literally catching himself on fire for fun. Had to do this for years, with a little skid pad. Now he's at Sebring running it, and he's going for FD. Everybody give a huge round of applause and showing what this program can do. What's going on, Ryan? Ryan Kaufman absolutely murdered it in the points. Your next top competitor in this series just said, second is the best I could do. How does that make you feel?
I'm pumped, honestly. This is like something I never imagined would happen this year. I was literally just telling all of my team, I just want to have fun, bro. I'm here to have fun. And then everyone's like, I don't know, dude, you're doing pretty well. And I'm like, well, then I'm having a lot of freaking fun out here. So I don't know. This is the spot to do it. US Drift is super competitive, like Shman was just saying. It really is. A lot of really amazing drivers. Other ProSpec drivers hop in here every now and then, too, and battle it out with us. So we really do have a lot of competitive driving here. And it really is a treat to, like, take home first in the overall competition of the series. So I'm pumped and couldn't have done it without my amazing Taxi Garage team. Super pumped, baby.
Oh, crap. What? Sasha? Sasha? Sasha?
Chewy. Chewy.
Killer job, man. What do you mean? Sasha, get in here. I'm my flip-flop. Off of it. I'm not doing your what the hell? No, that's pretty gross. Sasha, you absolutely killed it. Like I was saying, you got your stuff going on. You were literally following every bobble like it was the pack on rails in these chases. How are you feeling today, bud?
I'm a little bit sad because, you know, and when we don't win, it's sad. But we did great runs today, and, you know, we do what we love, that's drifting, and that's the more important thing.
Dude, doing what you love. Like Ryan said, he's out here to have fun. You're always having fun. You take it short every single time, and you can see it in your drive. One of the most passionate drivers in the pack, brother. You absolutely killed it.
All right, thank you.
Salute. Brother, you don't want to do a shoey?
You got enough. Don't make excuses.
Dude, but you get to have stink ones. Dude, I like how you're preloading your shoes. That's wild.
Both of them.
What are you guys doing? Drink! Drink!
Eric Noguera just do Chewy.
Get in there, brother. Go get a wild bunch. Thank you so much. Still live stream. Good night.
Your E for tuning in for US Drift social media. Check out at their website.